Hey, what's up, y'all? Get in here, get in here, get in here. Please, honey. Listen, listen. Y'all, I'm mighty afraid we got a little peek of what's really going on because these people are not bringing us the real story. They're not. They think apparently they think we're slow and we can't see through all the smoke and mirrors, but we're not slow and we do see through the smoke and mirrors. And I think we got just a little taste, just a little small T90 taste of what's really going on here. There's a lot happening and they're not bringing it to the camera. They're not bringing it to the camera. They're trying to create everything other than what's going on. So we're going to get into it tonight. Because y'all know if don't nobody catch it over here on the porch, the royal family, we gonna catch it. The royals will catch it. And catch we shall. Catch we did. Catch I already have. Okay? So we're gonna get into it. Let me greet everybody who's here. While I'm greeting folks, make sure y'all hit the like button. Keep your like number, put it in the chat. Yeah, like lottery is definitely gonna be in effect tonight. Because I mean, listen. I smelled some actual real, meaty, hydrated, moist, savory, well-seasoned gossip. And for this kind of gossip, I feel as though the like lottery has to be in full effect. Do not disappoint me tonight. Hit the like button, get them numbers right so we can play. Because, baby, the gossip ain't on the show, but these heifers is telling on themselves anyway. And we're going to get into it. Oh, yes. Hey, Vita Worship. Yes, I had water and I did get my vitamin D. I got my sunlight and I'm drinking more water, my Pellegrino. Listen, the cans are actually a little more handy for me. I switched to the cans. Yeah. Love a good Pellegrino. Got more water right here, ready to go. Because, baby, listen, my mouth might get a little dry while I'm running it tonight because these people have accidentally given me some gossip. Okay, let's see who is here. Magdalene Lamar, my good sis, how you doing? Thank you for being like number 3. Aries Divas number 4. Hey sis. Sean, living life. There go my brother. I love you dearly. Thank you for being number 7. Miss Thelma in the house. She like number 10. What's going on? Shay Create. Hey, pretty girl. Thank you for being number 8. You too, Quiet Storm. Y'all hit the button at the same time. How is our princess? She's reminding y'all to please hit that like number because, we might play the like lottery. Tonight, we going to play. We're going to play. And don't y'all embarrass me by not, winning. Remember, the like lottery is a scratch off and not the Mega Millions. We got something on your 40, nothing on your light bill. But remember, when I call for a like number, you got 2 minutes to report to the chat. Only 2 minutes. And that means show up with your like number and your Cash App in the same comment because we don't want to be waiting. We got a lot of gossip to get through tonight because a lot happened. Listen. If you really was paying attention, a lot happened tonight. There was some eye-opening situations going on tonight. Oh, yes. So listen, when I ask for your like number, you know what to do. And if you don't know how to get your like number, when you hit the like button, when the like count goes up, whatever number that displays is your number. And don't be worried if somebody else has the same number because I'm going to take the first person that responds. Remember, when I asked, you got 2 minutes. We playing tonight. Because the gossip is hot, the Pellegrino is cold, and my air conditioner is down low. So I should not have a hot flash. We in it tonight. Hey, Aries son, thank you for being number 13. Yvette all the way here from Birmingham, UK, and she's like number 15. Hello, gorgeous. Auntie Eva is here. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you. She's number 13. All right, make sure y'all greeting each other in the chat. If you see someone you don't know, say hello. Say hello. Hi, welcome them. Hey, Makeup Addict. No, is no such thing as being too welcome. So make sure we're welcoming everybody. If this is your first time on a live stream with us, please let us know by saying first time or FTL for first time live so we can welcome you personally and individually because we're happy to have you here. Hey, my Brandon Martin. Good evening. Good evening. Say Angela was a bad mama jamma at the bowling meetup. She was cute. All of them was cute. Then let me down, Miss LaMargaret Charles and cleaning. Nonsense. Child, look, I got a lot out of that conversation, Brandon. I don't know why. Listen, I don't like Angela either, but I don't know. I got a lot out of that conversation, and we're going to talk about it. Thank you for being number 13. Miss Nisi, hey, girl, happy Sunday. Hit that like button. Miss Lovely T is in the house. Hey, girl, thank you for being number 18. How you doing, Creeby? We love you dearly. Happy Sunday, darling. Happy Sunday. Oh, the membership link in the chat. One of my mods, can y'all do it? If not, I'll do it. If y'all can't do it, I'll do it real quick. I don't mind. Mods, let me know. Y'all on it? Tracy, DS, one of y'all put it in the chat because Creeby wants her crown, and we want our sister to have her crown. Hey, Tracy Lashley, how you doing, love? Thank you for being number 18. Carrie Clark is number 23. DS is hold on. Let me announce her properly. D Crazy, D Amazing DS, who runs the Reflection Corner. For all y'all who be in here sniping and roasting and dragging these people, you might end up with a 17-second violation. You might have 17 seconds to go in the Reflection Corner, but have no fear. There's always snacks. DS keeps it so lovely in there. Thank you for being number 24, Creepy. It's just a little fun thing we do. That's all. Candy Butler, thank you for being number 22. All right. You say, I got to see it tonight. I got to see it tonight. We had no drama. Oh, where you were? Because there was some drama on there. Cloud Nine. That's one of my favorite Temptation songs. And I think that song is underrated. But Cloud Nine was bumping. If y'all know about Temptations Cloud Nine, put a 7 in the chat. Cloud Nine, you can be who you want to be. Hey, Mo, thank you for being number 27. Good evening and happy Sunday to you. Hey, Jay Darkness, how you doing, boo? We don't get to see you often. I'm so happy to see you. Thank you for being number 31. You too, Kia Mia. Vita Worship is 30. My lovely, my beautiful Belicious is 34. Nashina M in the house. Uh-oh. I got all my girls. Where my girls at? Okay, Too Adorable is 35. Good to see you. Hey, Richard Wilson. Richard Wilson said he's number 36. Thank you. All right, Nashina is 24. Miss Nia Ross, Malaysia World is 39. I thank you. Catherine Bennett clocking 41. All right, yeah, Florida in the house all day, every day. BJ Dez, all right, sis, you came on back too. I was about to send out a search party. Hey, Classic Quilla, thank you for being 43. Yep, I love Charles. Angela does sit on nerves. I don't know. Thank you for being 41, Miss Nisi. Listen, y'all tuck in and get comfortable. Thank you for being 44, BJ Dez. Good to see you. Good to see you. Oh, y'all know about that Cloud Nine. Y'all know Cloud Nine was a banger. Ain't that what they say now? It's a banger. Yeah, Cloud Nine was a banger. Oh, yes. JD Rob in the house. What's going on? Thank you for being 46. Miss Gold, that's my girl. Hey, boo. Miss Kaiser So says number 41. What up, sis? All right. Okay, you don't see where to get it? Don't worry. I'll get it. Tamika Godbowl is here. Hey, girl. Listen, I will get it. No problem. Because our sis asked for it, and it's the least that we can do is to get that for her. Usually, if you go to my actual channel page for the moderators, if you don't know how to do it, go to the actual page for my channel, and you'll see tabs for homes, videos, shorts, live, playlists. Go post, and then tap on memberships, and you should be able to get the link for it in there. You should be able to get the link for it in there. Okay. And then actually, there should be a join button beneath the video. And also, if y'all go to the description box in the video, there's a link in there too. Yolanda Franklin, thank you for being 52. T Monique is 56. Hey, boo. All right. Deborah Randall is 59. Shannon Campbell coming in at 52. Oh, man, we got Philly Joint up in here at 59. BJ Dez done snatched her crown back. I know that's right. What up, Sweetness Johnson? Thank you for being 61. Yvette, you can usually do it from the laptop. I feel you. I'm coming. I got you. Miss Kaiser So say, thank you for my first support of the whole day. Thank you for the Cash App. She said, glad to be on the porch on this Sunday, and we sure enough glad to have you. Y'all give me 1 second, and I got you. Give me 1 second, and I will get it for you. But yeah, mods, also it's in the description box of the video. So if y'all head to the description box, you can grab that too. But I'm gonna try to slide in there and get that real quick. Real quick. Let's copy it to clipboard. Let's go in here. And the link has been placed in the chat. Thank you again so much, Ms. Kaiser. So say Slow Glow in the house. Hey, boo, thank you for being 62. Sweetness Johnson say, I'm here to hear what's going on, and I will watch on Monday morning on Peacock. I can dig it. I can dig it. Okay. So listen, also, before we get ready to do what we finna do, the link is in the chat for membership. If anybody wants that link, it is there. Creeby. There you go, sis. What up, Mo Rucker? They tried it. They did, girl. They tried it tonight. But I caught them. I clocked all their foolishness. Vina Person, hey, say this was a 4th storyline from Shamea. Porsha said they wasn't even talking before filming. Oh, shoot. Yeah, because of their mamas. Their mamas. Hey, Anel. We finna get down to it. So listen, we've already covered. Please hit the like button. Keep your like number. The like lottery is going down tonight. Make sure if I call your number, 2 minutes to respond. Respond with your like number and your Cash App, because you can't play the like lottery without Cash App. Make sure if this is your first time here that you put FTL in the chat for first time live so we can welcome you personally and individually, because we're happy to have you. Miss Cree B is a new member of the Royal Family. She is the newest member of the Royal Family. I need y'all to give her a welcome in the chat, and I mean spam her with the word welcome, and I'm going to start it off, okay? Welcome, sis. We're so happy to have you. All my information is scrolling. I'm easy to reach. The ladies can tell you. If you email me, I will hit you back. My Instagram, my email, everything is there. Make sure I have your birthday, because we like to celebrate birthdays over here. Okay? All right. But I mean spam that chat with welcome too. Hey, Lexiline, you was hiding. I got you. Thank you. Make sure y'all welcome our sister. We are so happy to have you. Thank y'all for the bubbles. Those of you who don't know, the engagement button is on the bottom right-hand side. It's the circle with the heart emoji. Tap it, send up those bubbles, because you know I'm sensitive. Also, quick housekeeping, make sure that we're being friendly. We can feel how we want to feel about the people on the screen, but we should not be fighting with each other. Everybody has faves. Some people like this one, some like that one. I don't like nobody, okay? However, in the chat, y'all can agree to disagree respectfully. So no bickering, arguing, or disrespecting anyone on my platform. Respect the moderators. Please be kind to your host. And also, if you must cuss, it's fine. Just spell it wrong, because AI, you know, YouTube has AI and they can kind of find that stuff, and sometimes it can get a little sticky. Okay. But other than that, I wouldn't bother you, because everybody's got to do what they do when they do it. But if you must use fancy words, make sure you don't spell them right. Okay. All right. So now let's get into this thing. What we talking about? Yeah. Let me get the notebook, because y'all know the notebook is on deck as always. And let's just start with me telling y'all how many pages we dealing with. Okay. Let's start there. Okay. Hold on. All right. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, about 6 and 3/4 pages of notes. Hey, Miss Dime, how you doing, boo? So look, notebook in hand. Let's get down to it. All right. So listen, we started off the show with entertainment. And the reason I say we started off the show with entertainment is because we started off with Uncle Charles, not Angela. This was the Uncle Charles show. Y'all can say what you want to say. She was there, but this was the Uncle Charles show. He is entertaining. I told y'all he really need his own show. If him and Angela had their own show, I would probably like her better. But I don't really like her on this show. Y'all know I don't like nobody. But like what she's giving, I'm not really receiving. But I think Bravo is missing a good opportunity if they do not snag this family, including her mama, snag this family and give them a show. And I feel perfectly comfortable saying that, because if you can give Kim Zolciak a show with all that nothing she got going on, Charles, Angela, them children, her mama. I don't think the sister would agree, but like that whole crew, they need a show. They need a show. That is really where Angela flourishes. That's where she flourishes. I think that's where we get the more realistic version of her. And I think that Charles keeps her honest. And I think that version of her, I really could get with. That family needs a show. Yeah, the Oakley family, Miss Dime. That's who I'm talking about. Wow. Hey, darling. Happy Sunday. Thank you for being like number 72. Her mama passed. When her mama passed? Since they started filming, like after they filmed, her mama passed? No, I didn't know. Oh, she posted on her Instagram page tonight. That's a shame. Her mama was cute too. Lord rest her soul. Ashley Kane. Hey, darling. Welcome, 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 guys. So look, let me try to get everything in place because we got to get to these notes. So we started with entertainment. Hey, Black Emmys. Yeah, I didn't know that what's her name? LaMargaret. Hey, I didn't know Miss LaMargaret had done passed. So, Lord rest her soul, prayers for their family. May the Lord keep them and comfort them during their time of bereavement. I don't know when it happened. I didn't know that it did happen. But, I like that lady. Her energy was very, it was very genuine. It felt very folksy, very real. And I really did enjoy her mama and her mother's energy. Her mother's energy seemed very genuine to me. I liked her mama, to be honest. I could see where mama might have been full of stuff a little bit, but I didn't say she passed suddenly. Okay. So yeah, I could see where mama might have had a little stuff with her, but all our mamas might have had a little stuff with them. Y'all know what it is, if you want to tell the truth. Hey, Arturo. Right. Okay, you was with me. Like, you better walk through LaMargaret. Yeah, I liked everything Miss LaMargaret was putting down. She was really my kind of little old lady. Really cute. Gone so soon. Very sad to know that lady is gone, but y'all know the Lord knows best, and we ain't here to question him. At least we're not over here to question him. But death is never pleasant. But yeah, we got a very good. Y'all, a mosquito done got in here. Every time I open my door, this supposed to be a Mississippi thing. Every time I open my door, it's a mosquito. Why? Why, Lord? Okay, so Angela and Charles, they went to this restaurant. I think she said it was a rooftop restaurant, right? He was there, but his energy was like, girl, I'm here because you wanted to be here. He was not at all interested or intrigued. Y'all make sure y'all hitting that like button, please. Let's run me up. He didn't seem to be too intrigued by that restaurant. Okay, so they ordered drinks, ordered their food, all like that. So we find out that he's coaching one of the big three teams over there. That league that Ice Cube them got. So he coaching over there in the big three, and I thought that was really nice. I did not know that. Jenny Patterson, thank you for being number 72, boo. I absolutely did not know that. Yeah, the mosquitoes are very disrespectful. They're very disrespectful. And I'm starting to feel like they're racist because I don't believe they biting other people like they biting me. And I feel like I'm being bit because I'm Black. That's how I feel. We did find that out. I did not know that because I had not been keeping up with what Mr. Charles Oakley had been doing. Then she starts telling him about one of his colleagues, and he's coaching this team. I thought he was with that team. He's not with that team. He was such and such. And he was like, "You gonna tell me like I wasn't just sitting there watching him with the team?" And then she said another team, and then played it off by laughing. And it was like you could tell he was getting annoyed because it's like, here you go with this. You don't know what you're talking about, but you loud, wrong, and arguing the point. And he was really like, giving her the stink eye, like, girl, leave me alone. And I was like, oh, please stop. You got ate up when you went outside. I told you. They don't like Black people. I told you. The mosquitoes out of control. Ms. Dime said, I think Angela needs to build her fan base before she can get a show. No, she can get a show. Makeup Eddie said that man don't really like her. I'm going to say this because I know people like to take stuff like that and run with it. What I'm going to say is this, okay? I can't say that they such a long time couple because they had a big old break in the middle. But what I will say is this, and maybe this is for some of the people who've never been married and for some of the younger folks who are aspiring to marry. This is a PSA from an old auntie. I want y'all to listen carefully. Put your ear close to your device, whether it's a television, phone, iPad, or laptop. Draw your ear close to the screen. Okay? Let me help you with something. You're not going to always like your partner when you're married. There's going to be times when you don't like each other. It does not mean that you do not love each other. Okay? He may be irritated with her at the moment for whatever reason, but that does not mean that he don't love his wife. So don't y'all take that and run with it. E. Davis, thank you for being number 83. Don't take that and run with it. There's no reason for him to, act like that, but sometimes it's that way. People are married. Y'all have to take into account they with each other day in, day out. They go to sleep breathing in each other's face. They wake up breathing in each other's face. Okay? Marriage is a partnership. It is a business. Some days y'all absolutely, get along good. And other days you fantasizing about shoving that man in front of traffic. I'm not speaking for nobody. I'm just saying that is a very real thing. Okay? And I think some people over romanticize the idea of marriage. So when they see normal marriages or they see people that may not like each other today. And so they automatically, it's a bad marriage. Oh, he don't want her. You don't know them people business. You don't know that. You don't know that. Because some of the married ladies in here can tell you might go through a couple of years where you don't like your husband. And then you might go back to liking him like, oh, okay, you looking a little cute again. Stuff like that happens. Okay, that's normal. That's normal. I just want to make that very clear. Because I know some people have some very over-romanticized ideas. And it's usually people who ain't never been down nobody's aisle, jumped nobody's broom, and stood before nobody's preacher or justice of the peace. Okay? Sometimes you don't like each other. And that's okay. And that is okay. And no, Miss Dime, Charles is not like any other couple after 10 years of marriage. Some men would never act like that. That's just his personality. I know a whole lot of men would never act like that. I know the man that lay next to me at night don't act like that. I know that. So it ain't just any other couple. No, that's him. And sometimes couples don't like each other for a minute, and that's okay. Arturo say my grandfather's a Sagittarius. That's how the men are, very direct. They don't care. Child, my first husband was a Sagittarius. He ain't never played like that with me. Ever. Nashina M say on camera, it looked like she begs for attention and affection from him. Could be false, but that's how it looks. It kind of can look that way. And I think what she's trying to do is overcompensate because she know the cameras are watching and he's not willing to play the game. Is what it's giving. He want to keep it real. He don't care if the camera's rolling. Angela's giving me like, look, these people gonna think whatever, let's do whatever. And he's not really trying to do it. And that happens. You're not gonna agree on everything. Okay, Antoinette. Oh, my peanut is here, like number 83. Marcy, you know what I'm saying. Thank you for being 84. Marcy know what I'm talking about. It's like that. It's okay. How in the world can they remind you of Nene and Greg? Greg ain't never talked to Lanithia like that. Even when Lanithia was being dramatic and over the top, Greg, was his energy toward Lanithia was never like that. It was never, off-putting, and he never came off as annoyed with Nene. Greg and Nene, Lord rest his soul, Greg. But Greg and Nene was like twins. They had a whole dynamic that we have not seen again on Housewives. Now that marriage, those people were a team. The only other couple we've seen on Housewives that are a team like Greg and Nene, in my opinion, is Ray and Karen Huger. Because when Auntie Karen got that DUI, Uncle Ray was right there on the scene trying to run interference with the police, trying to come up with a cover story and everything. Those are the only two couples that I've seen that give me team energy. I feel like if you give Wendy and Happy Eddie a little more time, they're going to give us that strong team. Right now, they're just so cute. They're in that romantical phase. I think give them another 10, 15 years, and it's going to be team, gang. I think that's what we're going to get. Brandon say, Charles give guy, and just not into the housewives girl drama. That's exactly what he's giving, and he ain't bending. He ain't bending. Yeah, it's the ebb and flow. It looked normal. He just, he's just a cranky old dude, and y'all know I like cranky old people. They're funny to me. Hey, God's anointed daughter, thank you for being number 84. So it was just funny to watch him get aggravated with her because she up there loud and wrong and arguing something she don't even know what she's talking about. But I felt like that was like an eye opener to kind of give you an idea of her personality and the fact that he was so, how do I want to put this? His reaction said to me, this ain't your first time being loud and wrong. This ain't your first time trying to argue a point that you don't know nothing about. And I'm just like, some of that stuff she doing with the girls is coming out the same way. He just check her real hard and don't nobody else check her that hard. That's what I'm seeing. But yeah, it's that way. Antoinette say Charles too blunt and filterless. Is it too? He just blunt and filterless. I don't think you can be too blunt and filterless, but he's definitely blunt and filterless. Oh, you mean very? Oh, okay, yeah, he's very masculine, but yeah, he's not. And I think I'm biased. Like I think a lot of us are biased because Greg was just the bee's knees. Greg was the bee's knees. He really was. Aries D say, I hope my coworker knows this since she's in a hurry to get married. People need to tell young women the truth about marriage and stop making them think it's a fairy tale and Prince Charming gonna stay Prince Charming. No, Prince Charming is going to put clothing around the hamper. It's not gonna go in the hamper. Mo Rucker, thank you for being 64. Prince Charming is going to track mud in your house from time to time. Prince Charming is going to forget to put the dishes inside the sink or the dishwasher. Prince Charming is going to get on your last nerve is what's going to happen. That's why it's called a commitment. If it was easy and fun, ain't no commitment. You're there because it's great. But sometimes it's unpleasant and you have to be committed. Yes, Creeby, he's an unfiltered older man. He's just old and crotchety. And it's hilarious to me, okay? But I can see how, it doesn't look very nice to people who don't understand that happens. Aries D would say, true, she doesn't understand that. Well, pray for her, honey. That's all I can tell you. So that happened. Then when they were in the confessional, this is also how I know Angela is very conscious of the camera. We see that with the ladies, and I think that's one of the things I don't like about her is because she's so conscious of that camera that she tries to play to the camera. And the problem is when she tried to do that with Uncle Charles, he shuts it down like toot sweet, like real quick. Real quick. Hey, Angie girl, thank you for being 91. So she was like, oh, this I love language. And he looked at her like she had a bird on her head. She was like, it's not. He was like, no, it's not. So she was trying to play it off like, oh, this just our love language. We just playing. And he was like, no, we're not going to pretend for these people. This is not no love language. This is not what it is. You know what I'm saying? So I can see that she's conscious of the camera. I also take into account that this is her first season on the show. So she might be still kind of sensitive and trying to make sure that she don't give people ammunition because the crowd is stupid. Like, that's the only way I can say. The crowd is stupid. Not the people in here, but a lot of people that jump on Twitter and Instagram, a lot of them people are really slow, like real window lickers. And so any little thing, they take it and run with it. She's real conscious of the camera. I think that's why she plays up some of the stuff she does toward the girls because she's so conscious of the camera. And I think when she's with the ladies, she's thinking, I got to give drama. I got to make a moment. And then when she's with Uncle Charles, she's, trying to offset or overcompensate for him being natural and real and not pretending to be extra lovey-dovey because the camera is there. I think that's all we're seeing, folks. I think that's all we're seeing. Angie girl says, too late, we don't like her. You're right, because, I don't. But y'all can like her. Y'all know I don't like nobody. Evie say Uncle Charles don't really care for her. That may not mean he gonna leave her, but he don't like her. Yeah, it's okay if you don't like her, long as he love her and stay. You don't always like the people you love. Y'all know it's people who got blood relatives you love and don't like. It happens. It happens. I'm not saying it's great, but it happens, right? Gotta be real. So anyway, that little odd moment happened in the confessional, and I was just like, oh my Lord. Then get this. Then the producer, in my opinion, for those of y'all who didn't see it, the producer set Angela up. I think they were trying to put him. I think the producer was trying to put him on the spot to say something sweet or romantical or lovey-dovey about Angela to kind of take some of the pressure off of Angela. And the producer really should have kept quiet. Producer should have kept quiet. Because she was like, well, do you love Angela? First of all, I felt like that was an insulting conversation. Not a conversation, an insulting question. Who are you to be asking this man, does he love his wife? Are you okay? Because I haven't seen him do anything to say that he doesn't love his wife. I thought that was very rude. I get what she maybe thought she was trying to do, but I think that was very rude. You didn't have no business doing that. That's a married couple. Why would you walk up to any married person with their partner and say, do you love them? That's supposed to be a given. And the fact that you're asking that, it's like you're casting aspersions on his feelings toward his wife because he's not behaving in a way that you want him to behave. And so he didn't answer her. And I was like, you know what, I don't blame you, because who the hell are you to ask that man that? And Angela was sitting there, squirming even more because he's not going to play for the camera. That man has been in front of the camera his whole career. The camera does not intimidate him, and he has never had to gain people's acceptance or get people to like him to get his money. That man is not interested in winning no brownie points or winning the crowd. He's accustomed to dominating the crowd, not winning the crowd. So he didn't play into it, and that's just what that was. Right. Angela should have checked it. She should have checked it, but she sat there grinning like a goofy instead of calling him out on what it was. Hey, William McCauley, I agree with you too. Hey, Nina GZ, thank you for being 93. But yeah, it was a lot. It was very rude. So then she started telling him about she needed to talk to her sister about the mess with her daughter and the car and the grandma in the house and all of that. Ask his opinion. His opinion was, I've dealt with it. Hey, Antonio Anthony, welcome. And, she's like, well, what did you do? He was like, I walked away. And so basically that was his opinion. Like, just walk away from the mess. If you keep giving, they're going to keep taking, and that's that. So then she's like, have my back, Charles. And he was like, I can sit behind you, but you got to do things the right way. And I like that about him. Like, he don't cut corners with her. Do what's right. Don't even sit up and be doing janky stuff and then expect people to back you up. I honestly like their marriage, because you got one person that ain't just right. You got one person that's not going to bend and not very compromising. But I think he keeps her honest. And maybe, just maybe, she softens him up a little. I don't know. I would like to think she softens him a little. Even say, we'll see if she play victim and end up in a divorce. I hope she don't end up losing her husband because of this stupid show. Angie Girl say Angela is just like Shamea. They want to be stars by any means necessary. Yeah, it's given that, but he's not playing that game with her. So I hope she stops. Then she was like, she want to have peace with her family, basically. And he was like, I am at peace. And basically because he stayed a long way away from them people. And I said, I can dig it, because I got some relatives I stay far away from too. They know they better not call my phone or darken my doorstep. Not today, tomorrow, or any day. Stay far away. Far, far away. Nina say, right, he keeps her grounded. I agree. Hey, Amanda K. Amanda K say, I agree. I like how he doesn't sugarcoat stuff for the camera at all. I love a straight shooter. Love that. Okay. Yeah, because they don't have her permission to say her name or her face on that show, so they can't just do that. Yeah. Oh, I'm sorry. Let me get at you an Angie Girl conversation. So then we get the Cynthia and Shamea moment. Now, y'all, I don't know what I thought this conversation was going to be. Pellegrino break. Okay, thank you. So, anywho, the Cynthia and Shamea conversation. Y'all, I don't know what I expected, but it was an immediate, let's meet up and cry about Porsha. Cynthia came to meet with you to ask how you were doing. Why are you not talking about you? Shamea, I don't even understand. Like, at the end of the day, you cannot make everything about Porsha. You got to give us some more. You have a beautiful life that we would like to see. Your house is phenomenal. You got some other businesses you're running. Your husband doing stuff. I know he don't really like to film like that, but give us some time with your children. Everything cannot be Porsha. And y'all, you know, please understand, I don't like anybody. So I'm not picking on Porsha. I promise you. So nobody had better not say that. But I'm tired of hearing about Porsha. Porsha cannot be everybody's storyline. I don't want to hear about Porsha every time I turn on this godforsaken show. I don't. I'm just being honest. I'm just being honest. Shout out to Charles Brown. I'm just going to be honest. Up until recently, every time Angela got on the screen, Porsha, 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 Porsha. Then we got Drew. Porsha, 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 Porsha. Now I got darn Shamea jumping on the bandwagon and dogpiling. Porsha, Porsha. But I'm tired of hearing about Porsha. And I'm not one of the internet sycophants who is just obsessed with hating Porsha. I'm not one of those weirdos who's threatened by her appearance. I'm not. Porsha is gorgeous. Her figure is a knockout. She just got her breasts refreshed. You know, her Coco and Chanel, all that. Cute kid, everything. I don't hate that lady. I don't like her, but I don't hate that lady. But I don't want to hear about her every time. The minute the show come on, she ain't even got to be on the screen. And I'm hearing Porsha, Porsha, Porsha. This got to stop. This has to stop. I mean, freaking hell. It's giving me that these girls were told to come in and go after Porsha and Kenya. And then after Kenya turned it up to the max, you know, Miss Thing apparently went and got law involved or whatever, and then they got rid of Kenya. So now ain't nobody left for Porsha, and all of y'all are just, all your energy is laser focused on Porsha, Porsha. I swear for God, y'all got to do something other than this. I'm just saying. Apparently, Arturo, Porsha serving the purpose of giving everybody a storyline. Y'all can quit talking about she ain't serving no purpose. She got to be serving a purpose because they can't keep her name out their mouth. Some of us are tired of hearing about Porsha. Honestly. Tired. Even all the, oh, you took somebody, man, that's a story that's 3 years old. Why we got to hear old, late, tired, wannabe reads and drags about something from 3 years? If y'all don't come with something new, I'm tired. I'm tired. Y'all ain't tired. Antoinette said, yeah, but Cynthia trying to cling to the star of the show. I mean, I got all that, but it's exhausting. I'm just being honest. Black Smile, thank you for being number 97. Like, I'm over it. I swear for God, I'm over it. Mo Rucker said exactly. And no, it's going to be even more Porsha, Porsha, Porsha once Phaedra come back. I'm just saying I'm tired. Can y'all pity me? If you don't pity yourself, can you pity me? Because I'm tired. Sean living life say, okay, auntie, I just turn on Watch What Happens Live, and Kelly is on there with Ashley. I don't know much about fashion, but what in the Little Red Riding Hood is Kelly wearing? Kelly wears weird stuff. She does. She trying to wear them outfits out of Kids Palace. Terrell say, well, if she ain't coming with nothing new, why she on TV? Apparently she don't have to. All she got to do is show her face, and the rest of the girls gonna make her the storyline. Nina GZ said they talk about Porsha like she died for their sins. Girl, you crazy. And I'm gonna give you a 17-second minute in the reflection corner. Go meet up with DS. Go meet up with DS because you crazy. You crazy. Hey, Dana Brown, thank you for being 98. William says, that why they brought Phaedra on? Because all they talk about is Porsha. At this point, bring Phaedra, bring Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego. Go get Kim Zolciak. I know she racist and stuff and call people the N-word, but go get her too. And see if Deshaun Snow got time. And what about Lisa Wu? Bring everybody. Right, Nina GZ. Yep, go ahead and skip on in there with your sister DS, and y'all eat some Cheez-Its and drink some juice or something for 17 seconds, because you wild. You wild. So listen, so she sit down. First thing she do, start crying about Porsha. I was blindsided. Girl, how was you blindsided? What was you blindsided with? And who blindsided you? Who blindsided you? I was so thrown. Like, what are you even talking about? What are you saying? I think the producers are telling them to do this, because I just don't want to believe that nobody is that crazy, that these women are that crazy to just be, oh, Porsha. What? There's nothing that interesting about Porsha. There just isn't. You better say it's clear the plan was for Kenya and Porsha. Right. So predictable. Yeah, they was planning to go after them two ladies real hard. These are the two oldest ladies on this, not oldest by calendar, but they've been on the show the longest. Just go after them two. Go. And then with Kenya gone, they doing mighty much. Then she say, you know, for Porsha to question her in front of everybody. Now, y'all, come on. Y'all know where we gotta go. Put it in the chat. My favorite place to go. Sing it in the chat. Back down memory lane. We ain't gotta go that far. It was just last week. Now, am I tripping, or did we watch Porsha try to have a pleasant event and not talk about it? Because that's been Porsha's move this whole season. Not talking about it. I don't care what's going on. She not talking about it. She late to Shamea party. Not talking about it. Anybody try to talk too much about the divorce, she tell you a little about PJ, but she not talking about it. Hell, if her toilet back up and run all over her house, she not talking about it. So what the hell did she question you about at that event, the Pampered by Porsha event? Girl, she was trying to not talk about it. You wanted to have that confrontation. That wasn't even a conversation. Am I wrong, or did Shamea start that confrontation at the Porsha's event? Porsha was trying not to have the event. What the hell? Not have the conversation or the confrontation there. What? Am I tripping? No, Kelly. We could say technically Kelly stirred it up. We could say Frodo stirred it up by telling Shamea, "Hey, everything you told Angela," she went back and repeated it. That's all Kelly did, was give her the heads up. Like, don't be walking around like boo-boo the fool, girl, because everything you said, Angela went and repeated. Okay, that's stirring the pot. It's being messy. It's whatever, because clearly her and Angela was working together. But Shamea could have tucked that in her back pocket and talked to her friend later if you didn't want to be talking about it in front of the group of people. Then to sit up there with Cynthia with them crocodile tears talking about, for her to question me in front of everybody, this should be her one and only season, because she's showing us she ain't got nothing else to give. Porsha should have mentioned what Angela said to Shamea. Child, why the hell would she go mention what somebody said about you repeating stuff? If you go talk about me, I'm not required to let you know that the person that you snaked me with snaked you. That's for you to figure out, because I didn't tell you to go talk to that hoe. That's not how the real world works, and y'all need to stop it. In real life, y'all need to stop the goofy. Examine your body for anything goofy, okay? And then I want you to cast it out like you're casting out demons. Just rebuke it, cast it out into the outer darkness, into the abyss. Find all your goofy, summon it up, and cast it out, okay? We'll even say, why the producer sent the new girls to go after Kenya and Porsha? When that game plan didn't work, they sent Marlo to go after Kenya and Candy. Right, thank you. But this time they figure, okay, we couldn't bring Marlo because Kenya and Porsha teamed up to keep Marlo off. So they brought in 3 people to go after the both of them. And that might have been in a direct response. That might have been in a direct response to Kenya and Porsha teaming up to say they wouldn't film with Marlo. So they might have been like, oh, so y'all don't want us to bring the hitman back, because y'all know they was using Marlo as the hitman. Thank you, William, for helping my brain work. Auntie appreciates you. But they might have said, okay, you don't want us to bring the hitman, we'll bring in 3. The problem is these 3, they unseasoned, they rookies, and they making it look goofy. They making it look goofy. Right. Shamea wouldn't even lie down and relax. She could have waited and talked to Porsha off camera. You see what I'm saying? She had the power at that point because Porsha was told, hey, she talking trash about you to people she don't even know. She could have called her and say, girl, I don't know what Angela told you, but Kelly came and told me that anything I said to her, she done repeated, but I don't know if she repeated it right. If you was in the right, that's what you would have done. But Shamea didn't do that. Shamea wanted that confrontation at Porsha's event. She did not want that event to go on peacefully. That's number one. Number two, she wanted the confrontation on camera because she's trying to make herself look interesting. And what better way to do it? Beef with Porsha, because right now, don't nobody like Porsha. Everybody attacking Porsha. Don't nobody like her. So she dogpiling. I'm going to get in on it. Yeah, she should have just laid back. Now, Makeup Addict said, I'm on Porsha's side with this, but with this Shamea BS, I agree with her not talking about it attitude with Shamea. I can agree with her not talking about it, but I'm going to tell you what I don't agree with, and that's them keeping the real gossip off the screen. I want the gossip, and we're going to get to it. So after she said that nonsense about, Porsha questioning her in front of there and in front of everybody, yeah, that's what she did. It don't matter. It doesn't matter. You can't bring it up. No matter what your reason is, Ms. Dime, you can't bring it up and then say, I'm upset because we talked about it in front of the people. You brought it up in front of the people. If your friend was being cordial and cool, but just not real interactive, you could have waited till them cameras wasn't there and been like, sis, what's going on? Because Kelly told me X, Y, and Z. That was goofy of her to do it in front of people and then go sit down with Cynthia crying back. She was talking about it in front of people. Heifer, you started that. And Porsha met you there. Antoinette said, I think Shamea was mad Angela told it. Yes. And not only mad, Antoinette, I think she was embarrassed. I think she was embarrassed that everything she said got repeated. I don't think Shamea meant for that to come out like that. Angela put her on blast. William say that's why I say Kenya was needed at the reunion because Porsha ain't gonna answer nothing. True. Drew gonna lie. Drew and Britt gonna lie. True. And Kelly and Shamea are non-factors. Facts. All facts, William. All facts. And I agree. And y'all know I can't stand Kenya either. Because y'all know what? Say it for me in the chat. I don't like nobody. But y'all needed Kenya on this show. And you surely need her at the reunion. Yes, you do. Amanda K says Shamea can't really get that upset with Porsha because no one can read your mind unless you speak. And you don't wait to speak until you on camera in front of a whole bunch of people. Angie Girl said Porsha did everything except walking on the walls. It was obvious Porsha don't want their friendship on camera. Stewie saw that. Child, you're quoting Ashley Darby, the woman who slept with Montgomery Burns for a couple of quarters. Okay. Nina Jesus say, right, I never tell the snake that I know they're a snake. Yeah, why would I go tell you that you tried to do something slimy to me and it came out? That's for you to figure out. I didn't send you over there. It don't matter what she believed. Why are you asking me why she believed it? Let me ask you something. Since we asking silly questions, are we all allowed to ask silly questions? Because I got a silly question. Kelly came and told her that Angela repeated everything you said. Kelly didn't go tell Shamea, Angela lied on you. She said to Shamea, y'all put a 1 in the chat if I got it straight. She told Shamea, Angela repeated everything you said. That ain't no reason to be mad if you said it and it's the truth. Because if I said something and it's the truth, I ain't mad at all. And I don't care if you know. And I will repeat it. I'll get a beat, put a beat to it, write a hook. Listen, we can make it into a hit record because if I said it once, I said 100 times and I'm never shook. I could never be shamed by nothing that came out my mouth because I meant that. There was nothing for her to be mad about. That's number one. She didn't even know if Angela did lie on her. That's number two. Because at that moment, the only thing Kelly told her, the only thing Frodo told her was everything you told Angela. Angela repeated. That's all she knew. That's all she knew. So If all Angela did was repeat what you said, why can't Porsha believe it? That's one. And if Angela did lie on you, how would you know whether Porsha believed it or not? Because you didn't go talk to Porsha privately. You tried to have a public moment because you're goofy. Vina Pearson say Phaedra comes for Angela out here. I don't know. We'll have to wait and see. Yeah, they brought in 3 dummies. Tweedledum, Tweedledummer, and Tweedle don't stand a chance in hell. All of them just slow. Nina GZ say, right, y'all teamed up and got leverage against Marlo over production. So production said, you won't try that trick twice, and they got rid of them. It do sound about right. Mm-hmm. Yes, it had the nerve to bring up Miss Diane and told on her mama at the same time. Okay, so let's get into this. Now, this is the part, y'all, this is the part where I was like, ooh, listen, this is the real gossip. This is the real gossip. And Miss Diane is right. Not only did she talk about Miss Diane, she gave pictures to Bravo. Like, baby, listen. Oh, now, let's get into it. Let's get into it. Hey, Shine Bright. I didn't say she ruined it. What I said was she wanted that event there because she didn't want it to be peaceful, Shine Bright. That's what I said, and that's what she did, and that's what she displayed. The time to talk about that song was at the time or after. They got in the same car that night when Porsha talked over her song. After they dropped off Kenya, it was just the 2 of them. Just the 2 of us. Why didn't she talk about it then? She had all that time to talk about it. And then when she got there in front of them ladies, she still didn't mention that song. She up there talking about a marriage from 10 years ago. Y'all can do all the gymnastics you want to. It don't add up, baby. It don't add up. So let's get into it. And why you calling Diane ugly? When Shamea mama the one did something dirty. See how y'all act? Hey, Rochelle, thank you for being 106. One thing about that gossip, you got to keep it straight. If you don't keep it straight, it ain't no good. Yes. So look, let's get into the gossip. I got to readjust because, honey, this is where I'm like, they keeping the real dirt from us. So on top of the montage of pictures, and everything like that, you know, she done gave to production and everything. She went to talking and was basically talking about, let me get my notes. So first she was like, she letting these girls talk to her and talking in front of these girls, and they done came to me and said a bunch of nasty stuff about Porsha, and I checked them. Not really. You low-key checked them, but you did it in such a way that you could keep kicking it with them. You didn't really shut it down. Come on now. Then, Cynthia came in here lying on Lanithia again, talking about, I had a friend on this show, no matter how much she dragged me, girl, Nene didn't drag you. You did the same thing to Nene that this girl is doing with Porsha. Now, that's just it, and that's just all. People said you was a lapdog, and so you use that as your excuse. Like, okay, they don't like her. They calling me a lapdog. I'm going to go after her to prove I'm not a lapdog, and then I'll be popular because I'm going after this lady who was so nice to me and kind to me and even paid for my wedding to Peter. Oops. And so now you up here still trying to lie on Lanithia. But you know what else? Now, Nene I do like, but Nene brought this on herself. She need to stay away from these scallywags. But no matter how nasty they do, we just saw Nene had Cynthia on her show. You just had on your YouTube channel. And now I hope she see this from the night. Like, girl, you call yourself the made up with trifling, raggedy, dry coochie cream selling Cynthia. And she right back on this show pretending like you did something to her. What you need to do is tell her to run you them coins that you paid for that wedding with. Tell her to run it back. Because the next wedding, you didn't pay for that one. And I heard it was ragged. It wasn't no AC. They didn't have no food. It was trifling as hell. Tell her to run them coins back. That's what you do. Okay? Even say Nene should have drug her, but she definitely didn't. Right. Freaking weirdo. I told y'all I don't like Cynthia. Can't stand her. Can't stand her. So after that, then Shamea mentions the mama stuff, right? So she was like, oh, it's hard because, so apparently what Miss Diane said, Porsha went back and told her because that's her friend. So literally people are mad at Porsha because you went and talked about her behind her back. And yet somehow she was supposed to be defending you to people that you went to talk about her behind her back. But when her mama really didn't trust you because she got every reason not to trust you, Porsha still came back and was like, girl, mama said X, Y, and Z. So to me, that's a friend because a whole lot of us, girl, by the time mama don't really do you, I don't either. I don't either. But let me tell you how people get to telling on themselves. So when she was telling Cynthia about this and they going through the montage of pictures, she was like, you know, the apple don't fall far from the tree. Now, we didn't even see Diane say that. But apparently Diane said that, you know, and that part wasn't on the camera. Right, Belize and JB. I know Nene didn't see it, but she could see it now. And hopefully that lets her know how dumb she was for making up with somebody as raggedy and trifling as Cynthia. But look, so she was like, the apple don't fall far from the tree, like mother, like daughter, yada, yada. So I'm like, so Shamea, you so busy. You so busy trying to throw dirt on Diane and Porsha. You done told on your own mama? You told on your own mama? Girl, now y'all know we had somebody else just recently, right around Mother's Day, tell on their mama. And I'm talking about DJ Akatiti. Okay, old Big Mac Academics sat up there and told on his mama that she did an immigration scam when she came here in 2000, whatever it was, and married some dude with a fake marriage so she could get citizenship. I hope somebody turn them in and deport them. Just like Simon, I hope to hear that they in ICE detention coming up in here breaking the law. Now, he told on his mama, but Shamea sat up here tonight and told on her mama because I'm like, girl, what did your mama do so bad that Diane is like apples is not falling far from the tree and dirty like her mama, like daughter? Girl, what did your mama do? Did Miss Diane have a man and your mama done hunched a man? Did she, you know, did something happen down at the church? Y'all was both on the pastor's aid committee and she said something to one of the deacons about her behind her back. What did your mama do? Because you came up here and told on your mama. And I'm like, listen, girl. Shamea. I understand Porsha being irritated by Shamea, and I'm going to get to what she said. But if I was Shamea's sisters, I'd have been like, I know good and hell well you ain't get on that TV and let people know mama did something she wasn't supposed to do. I know you didn't do that. Yeah, yes, big academics did tell on his mama, and Shamea did too. Say Shamea is garbage. I hope Porsha give her what she looking for. I don't think she is. Shamea has been messy since season 9. That's very true. We don't know, but it was something. But now the part, hey, Gifty Abaka, say if it wasn't for the show, would Shamea care as much? No. But listen. Then after that, she was like, well, you know, our moms was friends. And, you know, I know my mom felt like they were best friends. That's the part that irritated Porsha. Because I don't think Shamea understood when she was repeating what Diane said, you're telling on your mama. She was more so focused on trying to throw the doubt out there like, oh, my mama thought that was her friend, as if to imply that Diane did something to her. Girl, if your mama did something so bad that Diane is saying, listen, like mother, like daughter, apples don't fall that far from the tree, and you better be careful. It's giving your mama did something. If Diane cut her off, cussed her out, you know, old ladies be getting into it, and sometimes they might not cuss you out. Old women will give you down the country, okay? Some of y'all know what down the country mean, okay? Because a lot of times older ladies with a little bit of class, they're not going to necessarily cuss you out, but they're going to give you down the country. If Diane cut her off or gave her down the country, it is what it is. It ain't no, oh, I thought she was my friend, girl. Listen, whatever you did, you offended her, and apparently she don't do you and don't trust your daughter. Because that's what Shamea let us know, that Diane don't trust her. don't trust her around Porsha because she feel like she trifling like her mama. I want to know what the mama did. And this is what I tried to tell y'all, maybe by episode 2, episode 3. I told y'all it's a lot going on behind the scenes, and they are not bringing it to the camera. That's what I want. This right here is what I want. Bring back the days of Mama Joyce. See, when Joyce had stuff going on, even when it was her and the aunties, we got it on the camera. If Diane and Shamea mama, if Mama Morton is clashing, oh, I need this on camera. I need it on camera. I need it on camera, straight up. Because what the hell going on with, with the old ladies? They both real cute. They friends. That's fine. Y'all done fell out. What happened? Because, see, it's affecting your children's relationship. And it's clear that the mamas is beefing and the daughters is inheriting the beef. Okay? Miss Dime say Shamea goal is to take Porsha down, and Porsha loves Shamea being her number 2. Yeah, both things can be true. Both things can be true. I can dig all that. That's possible. Hey, Cool Cat. Cool Cat said it was Diane that did the wrong in the friendship. It all happened around the time Diane stole the money from Hosea. Found it. Child, what the hell is you even talking about? Shamea Mama Morton daughter just told us that it was her mama. Y'all will make up all this fan fiction. The girl just told you it was her mama. She said it, not me. It wasn't me. She said it. I wasn't even there. I was just watching with my notebook. That's what came out Shamea's mouth. Hey, listen, it's not my fault I pay attention and take notes. That's what she said tonight, because I was watching that. Nina GZ said, I hate when they hide the real tea. That's the part I don't like. Why y'all hiding the real tea? If you gonna tell it, then you gotta tell it all. Shout out to Usher. Shout out to Usher. Hey, come again. Right. Bring the mamas back on that darn screen. All y'all complained about Joyce. And y'all know I love Joyce. I can't stand her daughter, but I love Joyce. Y'all ain't want Joyce on the screen. Joyce gave y'all the real. Whatever was going on, Joyce was going to give it to you. Miss Dime said, of course, Shamea is messy. Do you guys remember how she acted when Eva Marcel? Yes, I do. Amanda K say her mama must have been talking behind Diane back or something. Yeah, but who to? And what was said? And what was it about? This is why we need those two very cute, messy little old ladies on camera. On camera. Not in the background. And then we got Shamea and Porsha inheriting beef. And neither one of them ain't really giving it to us. Shamea want to mention it, but she don't want to tell the whole thing. She want to mention it and try to put it out there because just like people don't like Porsha, they literally don't like Diane just because she Porsha's mama. Like, if we gonna keep it real. That's the only reason they don't like that lady, because we really ain't seen that lady do nothing. However, she know that the hate for Porsha is real high, and so by extension, people going after Diane. So she trying to take advantage of that. I'm gonna kind of mention our mamas got issues, so everybody will attack her mama. That's why Porsha got pissed off and told her, wrong road, and keep Diane's name out your goddamn mouth. And I'm not mad at Porsha about that. I'm not. I'm going to just be real with you. Because I would have dared anybody to get your so-and-so on television and try to imply a goddamn thing about Emily. Because, baby, cameras wouldn't save you. I'd have beat your tail. So her mama must have been talking. I agree. Nieces say Mama Joyce and them sisters didn't play at all. And they were very entertaining. We need the mamas back. We need the mamas back. Buddy Winston say, hello, good evening. No, we ain't see it. A question came up by Candy and Phaedra. Candy's not on good terms with the network. I can believe it. You know, they don't like to pay people. And you know, Candy is about her money, if nothing else. Cool Cat say, LOL, I didn't hear it like that. Oh, you didn't? Well, when she sat there and she said that Miss Diane don't trust me around her daughter. And she said apples don't fall far from trees. And like mother, like daughter, implying that her mama did something, and that's why Miss Diane don't trust her. I don't know how you didn't hear it, but I sure heard it. And it's gonna come on Peacock again tomorrow. Cool Cat, go back and listen. Get your pen and your pad. Get your pen and your pad. Gifty Abaka say, were they really friends? Best friends or just friends? Either or. It could be friends or best friends. Once you do something, The other person might cut you off, or they might tell you about yourself. You don't know. You never know. So if you got a friend, don't treat them bad. Then you don't have to find out, right? Nina say Mama Joyce was messy, messy, messy. Yes, she was, and I loved every minute of it. Brandon say, who you think will try to get in front of the story first? Porsha mama or Shamea mama? There's definitely a story to be told. The mamas ain't really saying a lot. They behind the scenes pulling strings like the puppeteers. Porsha is trying to, apparently, the way it looks to me, I'm going to be honest. To me, what I'm getting is that Porsha and Shamea had an agreement before this season started. It's given, they agreed, we going to stay friends. We not going to break our friendship because of our mamas, and we not going to mention none of that on the camera. And then Shamea got up here because she trying to make this argument with Porsha happen, mentioning what's going on between the mamas. I think that's the other thing that's pissing Porsha off, because it's given they both agreed not to talk about their mama's mess and stay friends in spite of. I don't know, y'all. I want the dirt. I want the dirt. They hiding the real dirt and trying to give us manufactured dirt, and it's not working. Antoinette said, I think Shamea wants Porsha to accept that they on equal footing, they have dirt on each other. What you mean accept it? What you want her to do? Throw her a parade, write it on the cookie? Y'all friends. Obviously, y'all know each other. Y'all know everything each other done. So, like, what are we even talking about? Like, it don't matter what you know. Y'all friends. The bottom line is, when you're friends, whether y'all break friend or stay friend, you're not supposed to try to harm your friend or air your friend out on when you get mad or when you don't get your way. That's just not cool. I got people that I'm not friends with. I would never go air them out, because for what? For what? Oh, hold on. We got a new lady in here. Hey, Just Janet. Lovely picture. She's serving face, y'all. Porsha told Simon not to talk about her mama. Miss Diane seems to be a problem. How is she a problem? Because she told that man don't lie and say her mama broke in a house with her. Would you want somebody to say your mama was with you and y'all was sneaking to break in your own house? Would you want somebody saying that about your mama? Or you wouldn't defend your mama? You wouldn't tell people to watch their mouth about your mama? I'm only asking because I know I didn't play by my mother. Jessica, hey, Jessica 23, say Shamea was never Porsha friend. She was Candy friend, and Candy hates Porsha, but put up a front. I agree with that, the last part, but Shamea was Porsha friend first, but I get what you're saying. Maybe they were never really, really friends, but she really became friends with Candy. She did, because when Candy and all of her employees were attacking Porsha, Shamea was very much buddy and chum with Candy and all her employees, Don Juan and Carmen and all them. If she do, I will be watching, because I want to know what's going on with the mamas. Because the minute she do that, then Porsha gonna give her side, and maybe Diana tell us what's going on, and then we can listen to both sides and figure out what's true in the middle. I would enjoy that. But hey, Virgo Gale, yeah, she was definitely doing the most, a whole lot. So remember how Porsha treated Shamari and acted like they hadn't been good friends? Shamari DeVoe? I didn't like Shamari. I don't remember much about her other than her getting drunk, throwing up in Nene's house, and touching somebody's vajayjay. I don't remember all that part. I don't remember everything about that. Hey, Angel B, say Shamea was Porsha friend first. Yep. Then became Candy friend prior to the threesome with Todd. Bingo. Shamea husband warned Porsha about Simon. Did. Porsha said it out of her mouth. Yep. And she didn't listen. Yeah. So I like Shamea husband. He seemed real down to earth, hard working, decent. You know, he don't seem to be somebody that craved limelight. He seems like a decent guy. Hard working, intelligent, built a very successful HVAC business. Shout out to the brother. But yeah, they did say he warned them. He warned her, and Porsha didn't listen. She did. Candy did come between Porsha and Shamea. She did do that. Hey, Delicia. Yeah. So listen, all that done went on, done told on everybody, done told on her mama. You know what I'm saying? Put it out there, put blood in the water. So now, since the blood is in the water, I, being one of the sharks, would like to know what went on between Mama Morton and Mama Diane. What y'all little old ladies got going on? So then we had the little short scenes with Bang Bang Sleazy picking out an outfit for a wedding. We don't know your friend. We don't care about you picking no outfit, girl. It don't matter. Kelly at the restaurant, with all that. Okay. And then we get a real quick Shamea in the studio with her other friends and her sister. They supposed to be there to pick out a single for her album. And she's still talking about goddamn Porsha. When I tell y'all, I want somebody to put a shock collar on her. It don't got to be around her neck. Put it around her waist. Put it on her ankle. Put it on her wrist. Hell, put it on a ring in her nose. Every time she say Porsha, I want it to go zzz. But Porsha, I want somebody to zap the piss out of her. The highest voltage allowed by law. Hey, Darren Hood, because I'm tired. Tired. Thank you, Antoinette. We didn't get to hear now goddamn song. That was your time to let us hear some music. We ain't heard no music. At all. We talking about Porsha again. Gifty says Shamea wanted to be part of the group so bad she befriended a couple of the other girls. Yeah. I'm just saying I'm tired, Jessica. I'm tired. Yep, just like Cynthia did with me. Y'all remember that when Cynthia was doing an interview tour, she was going on talk shows. Anybody who would talk to her, Nene ain't said nothing. And now we got Shamea giving us Porsha. I don't sit there for an hour to hear about Porsha all night. I do not. I'm tired of hearing about Porsha, actually, unless she finna come tell us what's going on between them two old ladies. I'm tired of hearing about Porsha. Hey, nephew. It's not about the bad guy. They both bad. I'm talking about the fact that she done slipped and told on her mama. And she playing in our face, trying to leak that out instead of just coming on with it. If you're going to come with it, come with it. If you're going to come with it, come with it. The problem, nephew, is that y'all looking for a good guy and a bad guy. When you talking about a relationship with two girls that are essentially the same person. Literally. Like at this point, it's getting goofy. Hey, Jastar. Thank you for being 122. Did y'all hear that Porsha's new boo is the president or not? That girl ain't going with President Tinubu. If y'all don't stop, President Tinubu, first of all, is a fossil. President Tinubu is a fossil. He is the ancient of days, Junior. President Tinubu first job was trimming toenails on T-Rexes. And his wife is as old as him. If don't come in here making up now another story by she going with Father Time's granddaddy. That is not her new boo. You can't have no boo. You can't have no boo that was doing valet parking at the Last Supper. Cut that out. No. It ain't about no rich fossil. It's about the fact that that's an old man. He is fossilized and petrified. President Tinubu can barely move. And his wife is always right there. That is not no new boo. People need to quit making up stories and lying. That's the stuff pissed me off with most of these women on this show. All they do is lie. Then y'all get on social media and make up lies and go repeat them. Stop that. And I don't even like President Tinubu. Can't stand him, actually. Shout out to Pete Obey. Too Adorable say they keep repeating the same storylines from prior seasons. They are not focusing on the real drama, hiding the drama and bringing us mess. Brandon say, wait, did you just call that man a fossil? And did. They stole that election for that half-dead man. He's sitting up there. I think they might be done mummified him. Every time he got to be in any official meeting, he's sitting up there dozing. They talking about he dozing off. No, that's the death angel creeping up his neck. He ain't dozing off. That's death. He deathing off. Now somebody done made up a story about somebody going with him. That man ain't seen his Johnson in 100 years. It's probably in powder form by now. And people up there lying on that old man. Y'all ought to be ashamed of yourself. Y'all really ought to be ashamed of yourself. Some of these lies y'all get on social media and tell, y'all should be ashamed of yourselves. This man is literally sitting up there looking like petrified wood. Good Lord. Can't even scratch his scalp in peace. He probably start a forest fire. Just wood rubbing on wood, just sparks everywhere. Just foolish. DT say not the half man, half fossil. Yes. Now we lying on half dead people. Y'all, you got to put the line in the sand somewhere. Where do we stop? Where do we stop? And you know not to come over here reporting no lies Tasha K told. Tasha K ought to be ashamed of herself lying on a fossil like that. That man be sitting up there dead and off and everything. He'll be dead any minute now. When he get to heaven, I hope he tell on her. I hope he tell Jesus and them soon as he get there. Y'all ought to be ashamed of y'allself. Yeah, they hate the girl so bad. Now she up here sleeping with a fossil. Good Lord. Yes. This girl said I called for the names. I'm just saying, y'all got to stop this. So anyway, she up in there. We ain't get to hear no music. Porsha. Oh, Porsha didn't come. Porsha not here. Porsha. Her sister and her friend, well, we've been telling you about Porsha. And oh, I'm the only one trying. Porsha, girl, try to play some goddamn music so we can support your music. Some of us, we might not even like the music, but we'll support it just because you put it out, because we're trying to support other Black women. But you got to give us something to support, okay? Porsha showed us some sheets. I know some of us like, hey, I don't really need no sheets. I'll buy some sheets from you. I told y'all, if I was in Atlanta, I'll let Kenya and them wash my hair. I wouldn't let her do nothing else. You can wash it and blow dry it. I would do that to support. You know, sell something I can buy. I'll buy it. Yvette, they lying on that man's age. We've been telling y'all that since the election. Tinubu is not 73. He's 173. They know good and well that man ain't no 73. You ain't never seen nobody 73 dried up like that and can barely move. His joints ain't even got no more lubrication. None of them. Y'all got to stop this. Y'all got to stop this. So anyway, then we get this bowling alley scene with Cynthia, Porsha, and Angela. They out there bowling. Yes. Done skipped the whole century. But let me tell y'all what happened, because I know y'all don't pay attention to world politics. I do. Okay? And y'all know I do. They wanted the man to be the president. Pete Obi was trying to be the president, but y'all know they're not finna let no Igbo man be the president over there. They ain't even got the numbers. You know, them House of folks got the numbers. You know what I'm saying? And that's just what that is. So they wanted Tinubu in there. They lied about his age, because if they told the truth, and we done figured out that man in his 90s. Okay, they lied about his age to get him in there. The people was out there watching the little voting places, but you know it's kind of corrupt over there sometime a little bit with the voting. Things get a little funny. We get a little funny over here with voting too. And they was trying to prevent them from stealing it or whatever. But long story short, the general consensus, they stole the vote for Father Time's granddaddy, and so he's there. But the man is about dead. The man is about dead. The crypt keeper is juicier than Mr. Tinubu. Okay. Congratulations on your 41-month royal anniversary. Okay, yeah, write a song. So then we get to meet up with these three. Angela talking about she want bumpers where she could bump, where she could bowl, because you know she'll be rolling gutters and stuff. Porsha telling jokes about, you know, use your long arms as bumpers and stuff. And I'm like, okay, light shade, I can handle it. Yeah, ain't nobody finna go there. Go there and find what? It's an empty tomb. There's nothing on that man for her to grab. Y'all already up here trying to convince me she was sleeping with Simon after her and Fallon both done told you his penis don't work. But you know, now y'all want to convince me that she'll go find a powdered eggplant and bring it back to life. How bad do y'all think she is? Like, she pretty and her shape is mean, but I don't care how fine you are, you cannot wake up the dead. Let y'all tell it. She just walking around hollering, come here, Lazarus. She just calling the dead all out the grave now. Y'all need to stop this. So then they joking about old balls, and Cynthia asked about PJ. Then we get the sob story from Porsha, and Porsha getting on my nerves too. Now let me tell you how she getting on my goddamn nerves. So she talking about PJ, oh, like lottery. Give me like number 85. Like number 85, you got 2 minutes to report to the chat. When you bring your like number, also type your cash app because I don't want to have to look for you. Okay, like number 85, 85. Mods, look for them in the chat. Okay. So this is where Porsha pissed me off. Like pissed me all the way off in my spirit. Down in my, she grieved my spirit with this mess. Oh, PJ's so sensitive, and she's always asking me where I'm going and this and that, and everything, and you know, she real sensitive about all that, and it's because I'm working out of the house again. And then she asked, where's my papa? Where, you know, and I told her, you know, he'll be here soon. And she said, he been gone too long and all this. And I'm like, okay, first of all, hooker, why are you lying to that baby? That's number one. Why are you lying to that baby? What you lying to her for? And then talking about you messaged him and he left y'all on red because that's not his child. That part, okay? You divorced him. You got away. He didn't want you to get away. He wanted to be able to humiliate you. It wasn't working. Why do you think that after him putting forth that much effort that he's going to give a darn about your child? That's number two. Number three, talking about we was a real family. No, you were playing house. You were playing real family. That man was only interested in playing real family with you as long as you was willing to stay there and be his trophy and let people think that he was knocking you down. When we already know, according to Fallon, and now you, his old captain can't even salute. So what was he going to do with all that carunkus you can behind you? Nothing. Nothing. She could have stripped down naked, rubbed down in baby oil, and bent over and grabbed her ankles. It wasn't nothing that Grandpa could do with all that carunkus, what she told. So he wanted you there to make him look good, to make him look virile, to make him look like, you know, he was Mac Daddy number one. He's old cat daddy. I got a young gal. I'm knocking her down. You didn't want to stay there and play the role. You went and got a divorce. He tried to, you know, pull you back in. Oh, I still love my wife. When he realized you was for real and you was not coming back, that man did everything he could to try to embarrass and humiliate the hell out of you. What make you think, ma'am, that he would give a darn about your child? Yes. Yeah, because it's not that she brought it back up. Cynthia asked her about PJ, and I'm thinking she gonna tell us, oh, I did. Go ahead. Lord Marcy say he can lick the jar, even if he can't cut the mustard. That's horrible. That's hard. Ain't nothing worse than a pair of dentures. Ooh, girl, that sounds scary. Angie girl says she got on my nerves. PJ has a very active father. Simon never cared about PJ. She was good for babysitting his half-grown children. Hello, good night. And he didn't mind playing house because it made him look good to all his friends. Oh yeah, I'm toting a brand new baby, not brand new, but you know, PJ young enough. I got this young baby I'm toting on my hip. I got this young girl with this big old swing on her back porch. Oh, I'm the man. That's why he was so hurt. All Porsha had to do was post the definition of erectile dysfunction, and he came unglued. That man don't care nothing about your child. You ought to be smart enough to know that he didn't care nothing about your child. He knew that the calves come with the cow. And as long as he had you, he was willing to play house with your child. And the fact that you let your child get that close to this man playing house with this man when she got a daddy that's alive and still paying the bills, you played yourself. So, of course, children get attached to people when people are nice to them. Children can't always discern what's genuine kindness and what is strategy. So I'm sure she didn't ask what Grandpa was. He old as hell. He probably had peppermints and butterscotches, all the hard candies and napkins and all that. So I'm sure she done said, where Granddaddy? Well, pop. But she's sitting up here on national TV acting like she finna cry because you lying to your baby. You trifling. And good for nothing. Huh? Because I don't care what you got going on. If you getting money from the man, I'm not mad. A fool in his money is soon party. Okay? Many a woman has been able to take care of her children and raise her children by the generosity of stupid men. So if you find a stupid man, in the words of Snoop Dogg, when you find a sucker, lick him. I'm not mad. But you was not supposed to involve your child in none of that mess. Now your baby asking where this old granddad at, and you up here lying to her. Porsha ought to be ashamed of herself. We was the real family. Girl, bye. You was playing house with him because the money was right, and you was taking trips every 3-4 days. You on a plane going somewhere. You was enjoying yourself until you saw like, oh, this might not go right because the IDs is fake, and we keep having to get in a secondary line every time we ready to leave. You got spooked and left once them roots wore off, but that's another story. No, he ain't just one. He is a petty Nigerian, but that's not all he is, Andre. That ain't all he is. No. Now, see, hey, sweet beloved, but that's just what that was. He had no business. She ain't had no business. I know he not a citizen. That's why he with ICE, Andre. That's why he's in the deep freezer right now with all that ice, because he ain't no citizen. But Porsha got on my nerves. Porsha pissed me off with that. It's stuff like that pisses me off with her. And then sitting up there finna cry. Big stupid girl. And Cynthia like, yeah, I know you can let it out. I know you trying to be the strong one. No, she trying to hold her face together because she feeling a little bit like a fool. That's what's going on. Now you sitting up here lying to your baby. She supposed to be able to trust what come out her mama's mouth. But poor PJ, she can't. Darn shame. Just trifling. And then when they're talking about, I'm not strong enough to take on all the Shamea stuff. I'm sure you're not dealing with Simon lying to PJ and Dennis and all his machinations. I'm sure you're not. And then talking about her being, I wanted to be like a celebration, like a celebration of us. And she didn't expect, the energy Shamea brought there. Even though now Shamea saying, oh, for her to question me about this in front of them, girl, you brought it up in front of them. Okay, that's why I say Shamea and Porsha is the same people. I don't know why y'all can't see it. I can see it. Okay. Then talking about Shamea, like, I'm just willing to talk it through. I hope we can go forward. I lack the capacity to divorce my friend. I'm already going through one divorce or whatever. Yeah, that's fine. And I believe that's on some level, that's how she thinking. Because the mamas done fell out, but she's still trying to hold on to the friendship with Shamea. But at the same time, she's being wary because Diane is in her ear like, hey, you know what her mama did. Hey, you know what her mama did. So by the time Shamea do anything funny, Porsha's like, yeah, mama did say that about you. This ain't finna work. Until them mamas fix what they got going on, any of y'all rooting for them, you put your root down. So then we get Drew. We get old Drew Sademi. I can't stand her. I don't like none of them, but I really can't stand her. So she on the phone with her mama. We found out her mama is around 80. I believe we heard that before. She talked about the fact her daddy dead. Rab trying to get her lawyer recused from the case. Something about the LLC, say he claiming ownership of the Drusador LLC. Ain't no claiming it. Either his name on them papers, on them incorporation papers, or they not. Pellegrino break. Drew thinks she could just tell us anything. Either his name is on the documents for the LLC or it's not. It's one or the other. Either it's his LLC or it's not. It's not his LLC. Drew, stop it. So then she end up telling her mama, that he want 40% of this LLC, and then the lawyer helped her make another LLC, and I think that's why he's doing paperwork, making motions to get the lawyer recused, because I'm assuming they're saying it's a conflict of interest. Because if you helped her form this LLC, then how you gonna be in there and litigating or whatever? I don't know if it's gonna work, but that's what she claimed is happening. You know, with Drew, we gotta wait and see what's really going down. Because you know, all the stuff she told us, if it was actual and factual, I seriously doubt that the last quote they had would have went like it went. Okay. Amanda says she fast forward through most of the Drew stuff. I wish I could, but if I don't get the notes, we won't know what's happening. Yeah, we only saw the one sibling. Amanda K said, I heard the part where she said he had money. Yeah, trust, we gonna get to it. Just Star said we could see if his name is on the articles of incorporation by visiting the Secretary of State website. Thank you, beautiful. You absolutely correct. And Marcy say why he won't provide his financial documents. Because his lawyer said it's a money grab. And I believe it, especially after everything Drew had to say tonight. Because then she was like, he does very well for himself, but I don't have access to his bank accounts. I wonder why. Rev say you'll never get him on the humbug where you know every dollar and cent that he got. And listen, she told it tonight, but y'all know Drew been trying to spin this narrative for us, and a lot of y'all was believing it. Oh, she was the money bag, and Ralph was just living off of her. And I kept telling y'all that is a lie. The evidence is showing that that is a lie. Because if he paying every bill in that house, it's because the courts know enough to know you've been paying it, you can keep paying it. They ain't got no small house. That ain't no 3-2 concrete block stucco. That's a nice size house right there. That's a nice size house right there. And if the court got him paying everything in that mug, it's because the coin is there. And then when Ralph told her to her face, I pay every bill here. You could have paid the pest control. That's when she got mad and went to storming out and stuff. And she's so mad and sitting in the car finna cry because he had already outed her. So now she's sitting up there talking about, yes, I did see that, Antoinette, and I'm going to get to it. And so after she said, well, he does very well, but I don't have access to his bank accounts and he won't turn over his stuff. Apparently that man said he going to turn it over at the last possible minute because he don't want her to take his money. But Ralphie, my boy, that is your wife. That is not your girlfriend. That is not your baby mama. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. And y'all are in Georgia. And while she may not get half of everything you got, she gonna get some of that money, Ralph. She gonna get some of that money, Ralph. And the judge is gonna look at what you got and what you make, whether you had it from us and don't let her see the bank statements. The judge is still gonna make you pay child support based on the money you making. So he trying to hold to the last minute. Eventually, he gonna have to give it up. He gonna have to give it up. Josh say, I knew Ralph had a nice nest egg when he bought that house under her nose. He closed on the house without Drew. That's why I say I've been peep game. I don't know what Midget Mac do to get his money, but I know it's some money. I smell cash. My nose might be small, but I smell cash. He a little cashy. Now he trying to hide the money. His lawyer like, oh, it's a money grab. It's a money grab. I get all that. But sir, that is your wife. And unless y'all sign a real neat, nice, pretty prenup, as much as I can't stand that line hooker, you're going to have to get that girl some of that money. You're going to have to get that girl some of that money, Ralph. You think you slick, but the judge got your change. You're going to have to give her some of that money. So that's when the mama let it be known that you ain't getting no child support, which she wouldn't, considering that they both still in the same house, which is the reason why Drew was wanting him out so bad. Get out, because she want to get some money. Right. And see, Ralph played with the court because he was like, if I got to pay all the bills here, I can't afford to get another place. She was angling for him to get out because it's like, okay, I want him to pay all the bills here and still pay me some child support, because Drew know he got it, but she don't know exactly what he got. So he's still in that house. They both still in that house. He's still paying all the bills there. No, you ain't getting no child support. And then her mom was like, we've been helping you with them children. I leaned in close. I said, what you say, Pastor? What was that you said, Pastor? Pastor said that they've been helping her with them children. Drew, girl, what's going on with your money? I'm just asking. Drew, what's going on with your money? Ooh, it's tough around here. So, moving on to Angela and her dearly departed mother. You know, again, Lord rest her soul. When I watched this tonight, I did not know her mama was gone, Miss LaMargaret. So Angela and LaMargaret had a scene. Okay. No, we didn't get to the watching the kids till Mama was there in person. When Mama was on that telephone, Mama said, "We've been helping you with them children." I caught that a little bit. See, it's a different thing. When you talking about child support and say we the ones been helping you with them children, I said, Mama ain't said, "Oh, he ain't paying for child care. We the ones got to watch them." When the conversation is about child support, i.e. hard currency, and then the next part of that sentence, because we've been helping you with them children, they was talking about money. Dollars and cents, coinage is what they was talking about. Okay, y'all know I'm good at this gossip thing. I can keep up with who said what and what you saying and what you ain't saying. That's what the pastor said. Now I heard her. That's what the pastor had to say. Now, Angela and Miss LaMargaret. She's such a beautiful lady. She's real cute. So Miss LaMargaret sit her little cute self down. That's why I say, baby, this was the night of the mamas. This was the night of the mamas. Man, I hate Miss LaMargaret gone. I know they hate it worse because I like that lady. I wanted more of her, actually. Oh, man, that's sad. But so we find out from Miss LaMargaret, little Miss Cutie Patootie, that, we just got the keys. She say the what? She say the new house. So the house that Angela done bought them, they just vacating that house. Talking about she wanted to have, how she said it? She wanted to be more self-reliant. That ain't what's going on. Can y'all read between the lines? Let me know in the chat if y'all read between the lines in that conversation with Angela and her mama, because I read between the lines. Now, see, I want y'all to bear in mind that Angela mama and the sister stay together. So she bought the house for the mama, but the sister moved in there, and that was fine, right? Now the sister done fell out and had an altercation with Angela's little disrespectful daughter, right? And the daughter was like, "Oh, I went and borrowed a car that you bought for Granny. You know, everything is what you bought and what you provided and all that." And it's giving that the sister was like, "No, we need to go get another place because I ain't finna be dealing with Angela and her child. And this is mama." I'm not gonna say it's mama picking sides, but I feel like mama keeping peace. And then I was like, not a $490,000 house, and you just leaving it instead of telling your daughters to act like they got some sense. So now that she was like, "Well, what's gonna happen to that house? What y'all gonna do with that house?" So apparently that house just gonna sit there. Now maybe Angela's little disrespectful daughter can move in there. Maybe she could do that. Cause right, Creepy, you clocked that. I said, "Oh." So the minute y'all have a falling out, honey, she moved out the whole house, went and got another key where her and the sister can live over there. Say the mama didn't want to feel like she had to be controlled by Angela. I don't think it's so much the mama, Amanda. I think it's the sister. And so since the sister's upset and she feel like Angela got too much control or leverage because she bought the house with her money, we need to get up out of here. That, I think it's the sister. And I'm not gonna say the mama picking and choosing or choosing one over the other, because it's so easy for people to like automatically default to that. I don't think that's what's going on. I think the mama trying to keep peace. That's what I think the mama doing, or at least that's what she thinks she's doing. Now she could have a bias that she's not aware of. It can happen at times, but I think the mama was trying to keep peace because the sister don't want to be in the house that Angela bought. I don't think the mama really had a problem with it, but I think the mama is putting it on herself. I want to be more self-reliant. because she know if she tell Angela, I'm moving out because your sister don't want to stay in a house that you paid for, that'll spark a whole nother fight. You know what I'm saying? Mama was trying to keep peace. And the fact that lady just gone like that, I'm going to blame Angela, her sister, and her daughter. Y'all stressed Miss LaMargaret until the Lord took her home because y'all was stressing her out and was probably affecting her health too. Yvette say, I think Angela told her sister to leave her daughter alone or get out my house. And so if she got to go, mama went with her. That would make sense if that's what happened. If that's what happened, that sounds about right. That sounds about right. So look, her sister grown. Her sister grown. Yeah. I don't know about the car being gave back, and they ain't said nothing about that car no more. So anyway, Angela was like, basically saying she felt unappreciated. It was painful, that her mama took that decision. I think she's upset because, like she said, that she had all these ideas that she wanted to take care of her mother. She was like, that's something I want to do. I think every girl growing up feels like I'm going to take care of my mama. So I think she really did want to do that. But Angela still got to look at that, I paid my house. If she did say that, you got to bear in mind, that's not a comfortable feeling. Nobody wants to feel like you holding over their head what you did for them. You give it to them free and clear. Okay. And right, Amanda K, especially with the daughter throwing it up in their face. Right. But then at the same time, if we're going to be real, if the daughter is to be believed, if I went there to borrow a car from grandma, it's up to granny to say she got a problem with it, not you, because it's not your car and you didn't pay for it. That's one. And number two, if she got there and like I said, if the daughter is to be believed with her little disrespectful self, she claimed that the auntie went to asking for money. And she probably feel like my mama done spent enough money on y'all. I'm not giving you a dime. So, it's just contentious because it looked like a lot of big personalities and a whole lot of little funky attitudes in the same pot, and they clashing is what I'm getting. But she says it's painful and she feels unappreciated. Then she brought up the issue with her little disrespectful daughter with her mama. Okay, now I don't know if she was disrespectful that day over there with her grandmama and her auntie. I can only go by what I saw her, how I saw her talk to her mama, which gave me very disrespectful. I'd have reached across there and rearranged her lips. She couldn't have talked to me like that. If I pushed you out and you didn't push me out, be very careful. I don't care how old you get. Be very careful. Extra careful. But she asked the mama, when my sister was going off and calling my child a demon, this and that, all this stuff, why did you sit there quiet? Why you ain't say nothing? Because the producer showed that she at first asked her mama about that over the phone or whatever. And so the mama was like, because I was in shock that she said it. I don't believe Miss LaMargaret, wherever you are, mother, we love you. No disrespect, please. But I don't believe her. I don't believe the mama was quiet when that happened because I was in shock that she said it. I think the mama was quiet because she didn't want to get in the mix. The sister's upset, whatever underlying issues are already going on between Angela and this lady, and now the sister getting into it with the grandbaby. She just did not want to get in it. I don't think she was shocked. I think she just didn't want to look like she was picking a side because the other sister might have already been sensitive because, oh, they treat me like this or whatever because they bought this house. I think the mama is just trying to stay out the fray. But that's what Miss LaMargaret said. And so she tells her mama, I want you to stand up for me. And then Miss LaMargaret came and brought it home. She said, I did stand up for you with your husband. And so that's why they not speaking right now, because she stood up for her. Because apparently Uncle Charles was talking stuff, complaining to her about her daughter not cleaning up the house and stuff. She need to get up and clean up or something. And so she went off and whatever. And she was like, I'm sorry that happened the way it happened, but he got to understand he was talking about my child. When she said that, I'm like, I understand Miss LaMargaret. When it come to Angela and her sister, both of them my children. She didn't want to get in it. But Charles, like she said, I got love for him, but you talking about my child. So of course she went left on you. And he just like, okay, you showed me a little crazy. Now I don't deal with you as hey and back. We not finna even be friendly because you go left. And I can't say nothing about your child, which He should have known that, but the type of personality he is, he feel like he gonna say what he want to say, and so they butted heads because you can tell when it's not her children. Miss LaMargaret coming at you with everything she got. You can take it how you want to. I could read that energy all over this lady. And so she was like, I love him so much. That's my son in love. She said, even though we almost the same age. And so Angela told me, I know you're not mentioning age. You're not going to talk about my husband's age. She already did. So Miss LaMargaret let us know that Uncle Charles is closer to her age than Angela. So Angela know you with a man that's old enough to almost be your daddy. He wasn't finna play with you in front of these cameras, girl. So I thought that was a cute scene. We picked up a little bit. Then Kelly and her daughter in the driving lesson. I don't feel like we got a whole lot from that. If y'all feel like we did, please let me know. I don't feel like we got a whole lot in the driving lesson. I don't. I just don't, y'all. So we got Kelly being dramatic, the daughter being a typical teenager, not listening, acting like her mama overreacting, and she was. And the whole scene was like typical. I went through that. When Peanut was learning to drive, I got sick one day and told Peanut to drive me to the store where I can get some medicine. Y'all, she scared me so bad I was healed. I wasn't even sick no more. I said, man, pull this truck over. Pull it over now. And I got behind the wheel, sick as I was, and I felt fine. I went on back to the house. So I understand that. I'm like, it was a cute moment, but we didn't really get nothing. And so Kelly was like, I thought about getting you a Jeep, but now I'm thinking I need to just get you a Honda Civic. Girl says she want a BMW. Kelly say, I'm thinking about what you can afford. The baby say, well, you can afford it. She said, yeah, I'm going to buy it, but you're going to take care of the upkeep on it and everything else. We got to get something you can afford because you got to take care of your upkeep. I'm going to buy it for you, but you got to be able to do your repairs and all like that. And then they went talking about the restaurant. She gonna work at the restaurant and she gotta hire people and she wanted to help her. I was like, that's cute. Okay, now back to the mess. So then we get Drew and her mama in person. Y'all, this scene, and I have said this so frequently, and I'm gonna say it again. The people that I cannot stand, for some reason, I like their mothers. I just don't know what that is. Or maybe I just like mamas. Maybe that's what it is. Maybe I just love black mamas. Because, it's not even that. Because the girl, Jennifer Aiden on New Jersey, she ain't got a black mama, but I like her mama. I can't stand her, but I like her mama. So it's just me. I don't know what that is. Or maybe it's just when people are terrible, they get good mothers. I don't know. But listen. So anywho, Drew and her mama, they sitting down. Apparently, mama done came to town. Wait, Awa sent me a cash app. Something told me to look. I was so busy running my mouth. Where is Awa? Let me send her a heart back because I wasn't even looking. That's so sweet. She said she sent some on my Pellegrino because y'all know I love me some Pellegrino. Let me send a heart. Oh, thank you, sis. Thank you. My second support of the night. Thank you, Awa. So look. Oh, hold on. Okay, I sent the heart. So look, so she's sitting down talking with the mama, with the pastor. Nina said, when people are terrible, they get good mothers. Indisputable fact of the universe. I'm telling you, I don't know what that is. They always have the cool mamas. So she's sitting down with pastor. And while they talking, they're talking about the children and stuff. And the children is out of control and they bad and whatnot and everything. And Drew is acting like she don't understand what's going on. Yep, a horrible dads. That's true. And the children is, them kids just bad. We saw for ourselves them kids bad. And I don't really call kids bad easy, but I could see them children bad. Then she talking about, oh, been going through this divorce for 2 years and I got divorce bills. And yeah, you gotta pay lawyers, honey. They're not free. Y'all heard Porsha at that Belmont event talking about, you know, oh, y'all got me spending my divorce lawyer money or whatever. It ain't free. Lawyers ain't free. Not the good ones. Okay. Then she mentioned about the lawyer possibly being recused, you know, and the fact that that's what Ralph is filing papers for. And yes, sweet tea, it absolutely seemed like Drew was cutting off her mama so she wouldn't say certain things. She wanted her mama to not talk because Drew done told so many lies and her mama don't know the lies she told. And you can tell mama just want to tell it like it is. And Drew is afraid of anybody telling it like it is because she done told 50-11 lies. You peeped that, sweet tea. You caught that. Okay, you know the Royals, we don't play over here. We catch stuff. And so she talking about that and the LLC and all that. And the mom say that she feel like her and Ralph being in the same house is a bad idea. Because she asked her about, you know, did you tell Ralph what you think or whatever? She said, no, the last thing I talked to him about was the fact that I think she felt like the judge didn't take the children into account with this arrangement with him being in the basement and her being upstairs. And that's how mama felt. Okay. Now this is where I didn't agree with mama all the way. Not that I'm like, oh, he need to be in the basement. He could be whatever, you know, it really shouldn't matter because they two grown people and then they need to act like grown people, in my opinion, right? But she said that's what she told him. She said basically she feel like it's bad for the children. And that's when she was telling her like, girl, them children is out of control. I spend the whole time yelling at them. They don't listen. Like they really, and then production went to showing clips. I think it was Drew telling the boy to say grace over his food, pray over his food. He just went, God. And I'm like, And I wanted to stop Mother dear, Pastor, right there. I wanted to stop her right there. Mother, them children are not out of control because their daddy is in the basement. Their daddy being in the same house with them is not why they acting like that. It's not because him and Drew been in the same house. They was in the same house before he went to the basement. Them children is out of control because of lax parenting. Drew is not consistent and she is not steady. And that's why those children behave like that. Y'all know we sat up here and watched that episode where she supposed to been getting them ready for his weekend with them children. And she telling the little mama, come on, let me comb your hair. And she counting, and that child looking at her, laughing at her in her face and walking backwards away from her. These children are not like that because their daddy is in the same house, mother. It's not that. Them children are like that because there's no consistency. Yes, and some good old whoopings. Where is the switches? Where is the switches? And I don't care who like it. You need switches. I'm from the old school. I don't believe in all that playing with children stuff. First of all, okay, let's talk about it. For the old school mamas in the chat, put a 1 if I'm telling the truth. Is it me? Or usually, do you only have to show the child a switch? You have to pop them from time to time, but most times all you got to do is show them the switch, and whatever they doing, they go ahead and get some act right. Put a 1 in the chat if I'm telling the truth. I'm going to put my 1 because I know I'm telling the truth. You ain't even got to use the switch half the time. It's a deterrent. It's a deterrent. Them children in there is bad as hell, and I ain't seen 1 switch. I ain't seen 1 switch. Vets say, oh, look. Okay, sis say showing me was plenty. Thank you, Miss J. Thank you, Is Tish. You got, first of all, it have to be consequences, and you have to be consistent. You can't tell a child, right, Jastar, just show them the artillery. You usually ain't got the swing. Just show it to them. Drew up in there counting. What's the point of counting if the child know no matter how high you count, ain't no consequences, ain't nothing gonna happen? She know what, these children ain't stupid. They know nothing's going to happen. I've been doing this mothering thing for a long time. You have to be consistent. There has to be clear boundaries. There has to be clear consequences for your actions. And you have to do what you say you're going to do, meaning you can't be lying, Drew. If you tell that child, hey, when you get through eating, if you don't scrape that plate and put it in the sink, I'm going to pop your little legs. When that child don't do it, you supposed to pop their legs. Why? Because you said it. That your child should never get the impression that mama is a liar. Mama said that, but she ain't going to do nothing. Because that's what end up happening when you don't tell the truth. Okay? If you tell that child, hey, if I have to tell you too many times to put your clothes in the hamper and to wash your little undies out before you put them in the laundry, I'm taking everything out your room. You have to follow through on everything that you say you're going to do as a consequence. Show them the switch. Let them know the switch can be used, but just show it to them. That all they need to know is that you will use it. You ain't got to go around. I don't know why people think that us old-fashioned mamas just go around swinging stuff at kids and knocking them to the moon. That's not reality. Outside the box say that's because you did what you were supposed to do before the switch. There you go. But those children are bad. They bad as hell. And it's not their fault. And it's not because their daddy is in the basement. It is because they are not being raised. The children are bad because they're not being raised. And now grandmama, they are trying to get some straightening. And she say, look, when I can't control some kids, it's a problem. You right, mother. It's a problem. Kids is out of control. And then Drew gonna fake cry and get up walking off with her head tucked down on her shoulders again. Silly self. Upsetting her mama. And her mama was really upset because what mama want to watch their daughter cry? Then she come back over there and sit in her foolish looking I could have slapped the piss out of her. I can't stand her. Every time I turn around, it's another reason I don't like her. Now you ain't raising your children and trying to gaslight and make your mama feel guilty for telling you the truth as a mother. That's what a mama supposed to do, is tell you the truth. And I wish her mama was a little bit tougher. Because she should have, as soon as she sat down, she should have told her, and don't you stand up again. And I don't care nothing about your tears. You need to hear what I'm telling you. Her mama seemed like one of them, once her baby's upset, she back off because she don't want to upset her. She need to tell her the truth. That's why Drew is full of crap right now, because she did not know. She don't realize that the way she handling them children, you are setting them up for failure. Her and Porsha pissed me off with their mother in this episode here. I'm tired. I'll tell you one thing. You know who child you don't see acting up? Kenya's. Yeah, clear consequences. Clear consequences. Wow. Thank you so much. So you didn't know I love Pellegrino too. It's all we drink in my house, girl. I'm the only one in here that love it, and I love it. I can drink it morning, noon, and night, all through the day. It's wonderful. Thank you so much. That was sweet. Yes. All this foolishness they got going on. She need to settle down and tell her the truth. Do your job. Your children over here out of control, they gonna embarrass you one day. You think you shame now because your mama talking about it in front of this camera. You gonna be real shame when you get a call from the sheriff office. Or when them people down to the school start calling you. You're gonna be real embarrassed then. Or God forbid, when they go off to college and then now you getting calls from the provost and the deans and stuff because your child is over here on academic probation and doing all type of stuff. You're going to be real embarrassed later, ladies. And that's for everybody listening too. If you're a young mother, do your job. Motherhood is not glamorous. It is not a photo op for Instagram or any other social media platform. It is a job. It is a thankless job. It is a tiring, exhausting job. But do your job. Ought to be ashamed of themselves. No, my mama was braiding switches. She didn't take time to paint them. She got 3 and plaited it like hair, baby. Just say, little Brooklyn, stay sweet. Yes, that's what I'm saying. Y'all don't never see Kenya's daughter misbehaving. And as much as I don't like Kenya, hey, Cheryl, thank you for being number 141. Much as I don't like Kenya, I have always told y'all, Kenya is a good mother. You can tell. You can see it. Not only can you see the way she interacts with the child, how much time and attention and patience she showed with that baby, but you can see it in little Brooklyn. You can see it in that baby. I don't care where you see it. Yes, ma'am. So polite, so mannerable. When her mama talked to her, hey, what do you say? Thank you. Very just mannerable. I mean, Kenya's doing her job. her job. And you know what's worse? King is the one coming to us with the story, you know, with the mama and the situation and all that, and raised by the granny, and she had her little out of control streak. You would think with Drew having the pastor as a mama, she would have came out to be a better mama, but I don't know what we're looking at. And as much as Pastor want to tell Drew the truth, she's still sugarcoating stuff and not giving it to her straight. And giving her excuses. Oh, it's happening because Ralph is in the basement. No, ma'am, it's happening because your daughter ain't doing her job. Nina say, when you get a call from the sheriff's office, I wasn't going to say that, but I'm glad you did because it's the truth. I'm a mother. Don't none of us want to get a call from the city PD or the sheriff's office. Don't nobody want that call. Aries Diva say, yeah, she need to handle that now. And do. While they still small. You bend the sapling while it's young. You let it get grown, you're going to have to break it. But yeah, she pissed me off with that crying and running off and coming back to her mama. And I was just like, come on, mother dear. I don't see that. But she up there acting dumb and delusional when her mama mentioned, you know, hey, these my grandchildren. I love them, you know, and they're going to be mine to the Lord called me to my heavenly home. And that's when she went to acting all dramatic and childish and dumb. I can't stand her. Don't say that. Your mama is saved. She going to heaven. And every man born of a woman must die. If you walking around here breathing right now, one day, it's going to be here's the call and yours the answer. And if you know, like I know, you better accept him so heaven can be your home. But she up there, don't say that, don't say that. You need to be listening. Because if Drew don't stop all that lying, she going to bust hell wide open. Wide open. She pissed me off that whole scene, the whole scene. I love her mama, but that whole scene, Drew, I really could have just, you know, where's Combat Chris when you need him? Because that was just irritating. Yeah, a lot of times they do. It's like the devil come after them extra hard because their parents trying to do the work. It's a lot. It's a lot. Drew is horrible. I was say I didn't spank my child at all. Now she's 9 years old driving me and her father crazy. Wonder why. Keep saying to myself, oh, this is why you're supposed to whip these kids. 9 is not too old, though. 9 is not too old. What you do, start off by just talking to her. Let her know that a pop is possible. All she need to know, Awa, is that it's possible. Just start off talking to her. Whatever she doing, she not supposed to do. Hey, didn't mama ask you not to do that? Calm her down. Whatever she doing. Hey, did mama ask you not to do that? Soon as she say yes, ma'am, let her know. Okay, so now we're going to do something different. If you do that again, you see this switch off this tree, you break off the little tiny switch off one of the bushes outside. Don't get nothing, no belts, nothing heavy because she's little. Get that little switch and let her know. You see this? Mama going to pop the inside of your hand if you do that again. When she does it again, talk to her again. Now, you remember, didn't mama tell you? Didn't mama ask you not to do that? As soon as she give you the yes, didn't mama tell you if you did that again, I was going to sting your little hand? As soon as you get a yes, give her 1 or 2 little pops in that hand and let her know, hey, next time, do what mama asks you to do so you don't get a pop. And then move on from there. But it's just, you know, consistency. Children need to know consequences. You can look at grown people and tell who never had consequences because they get grown and they always pushing the limits. Because nobody ever taught them to have boundaries. They never had to respect authority because it wasn't ever no consequences. You got your last one at 21. Hey, at 21, shout out to moms. Shout out to Mom Dukes because at 21, she was handling her business. I can guarantee you, if that lady had to come down off her throne to handle you at 21, you was doing something way out of control. She ain't came down to get you for nothing. She didn't. And shout out to Mama. I say, I'm all talk that. She got spanked for the first time in March. Sometimes, you know, they'll make you come on with the come on. So, but I'm just saying, be easy, you know, because I know that wasn't your normal mode of parenting. Be easy, you know, calmly let her know, hey, this is what I'm asking you not to do. If you do, pop. And I will tell you what my mother told me. Never spank a child when you're upset. I don't care what they did. I don't care how bad it was. Do not touch that child while you upset. Even if you got to tell them, go to your room and copy the 23rd Psalm 50 times until you cool off and you can talk to them calmly and administer punishment calmly. Don't touch that child while you upset. I don't care what they did. I don't care if they burnt down the White House. You don't touch them till you calm yourself down. And that's just from an old mama to a young mama. I'm giving it to you straight. Yes, Jai, shout out to mama. Shout out to mama. You called off work because I ain't feel like going. Mama said she ain't raised you like that. And you know you got to pay your way in the world. Mama said she ain't raised you like that. Did you do it again? Nina said you could tell who never had consequences because they get grown and push the limits. That's what I said. And then life runs them over real hard and they still don't learn. Right. Because you set the expectation that they can do whatever the hell they want to do. Amanda say my nephew's got immune to it and she just decided to take all his stuff and he start. Yes, because it's not all about that. I told you. Tell him you're going to take everything out the room. If that don't work, tell him, hey, the food you like to eat, you can't have that no more. Now, what you're going to have is beans and rice and gravy every night. You like fried chicken? Well, guess what? No fried chicken for a year. You got to be creative with the punishment, but it has to be consequences or else children, especially these new kids, y'all better listen. These new children going to beat the hell out y'all, and it's going to be your fault too. I was say my sister and I will never spank, and we don't have any problems with boundaries at all. Yeah, your mama hit the jackpot. I thought I was going to be able to raise her how I was raised, but my child is a habitual line stepper. You know she got a daddy. Okay, you know what I'm saying? As mothers, we forget that. We expect our children to be a carbon copy of us, but there's a whole other half of them. It's a whole other half. Yep, I know you didn't, girl. I know you didn't. Shout out to mama. Outside the box saying stay in your room, punishment still work. They sure do when you take everything out of there. But we need to bring back mothering. Let's bring back real mothering. Let's bring that back. Let's bring it back. Okay. Now, that's right. It's effective. It is effective. So after all that, then we get the Porsha and Shamea at the restaurant drama. Listen here. I'm going to put the StreamYard in the chat right now. That's what I'm finna do. I'm putting the StreamYard in the chat right now off of this. Because I know somebody probably got something to say because I got a whole heap to say. Me do. So here we go. They met up at the restaurant. They both ended up in coordinating colors, hadn't talked about it. I thought, you know, like maybe this might be a good sign. But then I remembered the sneak peek. Like, no, wasn't a good sign. Shamea asked about Porsha's week, but she already was angry. Like she had already made up in her mind she was going to be angry. She had a unit on her face and everything. How was your week? And so Porsha was looking like, why are you talking to me like that? Girl, you should have peeped game. Somebody come to sit down and have lunch with you and how was your week? The hell? So she was like, I ain't really do much. Well, your event happened. That was something. I said, okay, all right, no problem. And so Porsha, that's when Porsha really got quiet and she had that look, you know, when she go to licking out the side of her mouth, it was like, oh, okay, so this is what we doing. No problem. So then Shamea started because apparently Shamea had practiced, you know, she had rehearsed her lines 1,000 times, okay, until she had them memorized. So she was like, you know, I'm sorry. How did she say? I apologize for not being more open about my feelings and everything. And then she was like, I would have preferred for it not to come out in the group. And it was like, but you was the one who talked about it with the group, which I was kind of like, yeah, Shamea, if you say that to somebody else, okay, fine, maybe they can't keep up. But you saying that to the person that you did it with, she clearly know that you was talking about it. And you the one made the conversation and you the one talked to the girls. Okay. And so when Porsha mentioned like, but you had already talked about this with them, then she was like, well, it's because like in the moment, like when you talk over my music or you talk over me or you post certain stuff, I feel a way, but how did she say? I handle our relationship with kid gloves because however she put it. And I'm like, okay, but that still didn't address what you just said. It's almost like Shamea think that people stupid. I know Porsha's kind of stupid, but the rest of us, well, I won't say that because I've seen a lot of stupid people online that can't keep up that Shamea was running game. And I'm sorry, but it was a lot of stupid people online. I'm like, are y'all okay? Hey, Shakuru. Yes, girl, we see through her. Like, what are you doing? So let's keep track because y'all know the notebook is here. Okay. So first it was, I would have preferred it. Well, first she apologized for not being open with her feelings. I'm like, okay, valid. That's how you starting. And then I'm at that point, I'm gonna be honest with y'all. I was expecting Shamea to say, yeah, I haven't been open with my feelings. I have been a lot of stuff. I felt like this, I felt like this, I felt like that. But she didn't continue on that. She immediately switched to, I would have preferred for this not to come out with the group. Okay. All right, fine. You switch gears. You didn't want to go any further about your feelings that you've been holding. Bet, right? Then when Porsha addresses or like, not so, I guess, rebuts or addresses or feeds into the conversation. Hey, Thankful Life, thank you for being 146. Then she changes gears. Instead of saying, well, yeah, I did bring it up talking to them, but I was still upset because you talked over my music. Instead of her doing that, thank you for being 146, Thankful Life. A weak gaslighter, very weak. It wasn't solid. It wasn't. Just say Shamea running more game than Milton Bradley and Parker brothers combined. Shukuru. Thank you for the super chat, sis. I appreciate it. Thank you. So listen. So when Porsha was like, well, you had already talked to them about this stuff before, we talked about it. Instead of her saying, keep on that line of question, on that line of conversation. Instead of her sticking with that and saying, yes, I did do that. It was a little embarrassing that it got talked about in the group. It is my fault for talking to them about it instead of talking to you. I was holding stuff, and hey, I was still mad. Like, I was mad, and I take accountability that I didn't say it to you. I went and talked to Angela about it because we had dinner together after that. It wasn't even on camera, but me and Angela had dinner, and she asked about it. And, maybe she was trying to get something going, but I ended up blabbing and talking about it because by the time I went to dinner with Angela, I was still mad. I was hurt. You did that, and that upset me. Why didn't Shamea just say, like, that really pissed me off? I was trying to get my song played on the show, and you talked over it. You stepped on it. Why didn't she do that? Instead, she changes the topic of conversation again. So I'm like, okay, Shamea. That's when it's like, well, see, this is the thing. When you do certain stuff and like talking over me or talking over my music, or when you post certain stuff, it upsets me and I don't say nothing and I handle our relationship with kid gloves. It was like, okay, is this back to the I'm not open about my feelings, or is this a third topic? I was like, okay, all right, okay. So at that point, Porsha was just looking at her. And Porsha actually said she was confused, which I'm like, okay, normally I would insert Porsha dumb joke, but at that point, I'm like, I'm not even mad at Porsha for being confused. Because I feel like even if Porsha wasn't dumb, she was still going to be confused because Shamea, what the hell are you doing? It was a lot. It was a lot. Then after that, after she did that one, she said she was confused or whatever. Then Shamea now in the confessional is saying, because she still didn't say it to Porsha. Shamea was in the confessional saying that Angela and them was asking her about old stuff that they saw on the show about, I guess that's how she's saying the wedding came up. But I'm like, it's real funny that you didn't say that at Porsha's event when you were just dying to have this argument with her in front of everybody at the girl's event, promotional event for her business. You didn't say that at the table sitting with Porsha. But now that you've had time to come back and record a confessional, now you're saying, well, they was bringing up the old stuff that they saw on the show. And I was saying, yes, some of that did happen. But I don't know. Now, I do know we have caught Angela lying. We have caught Angela telling lies. Angela will tell half a truth and a whole lie. She'll twist it up like a salty pretzel. We know this. So is it possible that Shamea was like, yeah, some of that stuff happened, and maybe said a couple of slick things, and Angela put a whole lot on it, put 20 on 10? Very possible. But the only way to get ahead of that is to sit down and keep it real. Yeah, I did that. I said X, Y, Z, X, Y, and Z. I was still mad, and I feel like I had a right to be mad, but I should have said it to you and not a stranger. I don't understand what was so difficult about that. And then straight up, like, Porsha, why did you do that? That was so messed up. Why not do that? Why not do that? If it's a matter of, okay, our mamas is beefing, and if you feel like you got some passive aggression against me because of what's going on with our mamas, then maybe we should take a break to mama and them chill out or whatever. Do something. But what she did tonight was crazy. It was straight up like, different people coming out her mouth. So anyway, then we find out again that Porsha told Shamea what her mama said, with the, hey, dog bring a bone, carry a bone. And I still don't know why the people online is making that into the end of the world, because all of our black mamas told our black behinds the same thing. So, but I think it kind of hit harder for Shamea because she know why Diane don't trust her, which she told us that when she was crying to Cynthia about Porsha. So then Shamea was just going on and on, and this and the wedding in 10 years, and da, 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 da. And so Porsha was like, please don't do this. Please don't do this. Like, Shamea, I don't want to argue with you. Why are you trying to argue? Don't do this. Like, we don't have to do this just because cameras are here. We do not have to do this. Like, she literally, the louder Shamea got, the lower Porsha voice got. And don't worry, I'm going to come back to it. I'm just telling y'all to play by play. So she was like, we do not have to do this. Like, this is a lot. Because even when Shamea was doing all that posturing and stuff before, and Porsha took a deep breath after saying she was confused, like, am I boring you? Are you tired? And she was like, look, this is just uncomfortable. And she had mentioned, like, this stuff we done talked about before. So Porsha's feeling uncomfortable and feeling away, because it's like, if me and you done one-on-one talked about it, why are we talking about it again in front of the camera? So I get the deep breathing or whatever. And so this time, Porsha's like, I don't want to do this. I don't know why you feel like we have to do this. And she's like, I want what we got when it's not, when the camera not on. I want the relationship we have when the camera not on. And you said they don't pay me enough for all that and this and that. Because the stuff that's extra personal, why would she put that on the camera? Like, it was bizarre. It was bizarre. So after Porsha telling her, I don't want to fight with you, I do not want to argue. You don't have to do this for this show. And she was like, this is scary. Like, this is really scary. This is scary that you think you have to do this for this show. And then Shamea told on herself. Porsha ended up getting upset, like walking away, because actually that was, y'all know I'm not a fan of the storm off very much. And she didn't really storm off, but I think it was probably best to walk away, because Shamea was trying to create a scene. Like, she was getting loud and she was, she was doing a lot. But then Shamea in the confessional, like, oh, this is uncharted to me. Having a peach is uncharted territory for both of us. And then she was like, well, now, both of us on here don't feel good. Do it. That's what your issue is. It's, you know what it reminded me of, y'all? It reminded me of when Ashley Darby lied on Candace's husband and was like, don't feel good. Do it. So it's like, you're doing something nasty, but you low-key jabbing with it because you're enjoying that right now the crowd don't like her and they're attacking her. But what Shamea doesn't understand, this ain't the first time the crowd didn't like Porsha and attack Porsha. It ain't. But because of her personality, she'll win the crowd again. And where you gonna be? She'll win that crowd again. She's gonna do it because the same people that's up there dragging and dragging and dragging and dragging, they'll flip because they're fickle. They will flip because they're fickle. These are fickle people. They're gonna flip again. But the fact that she was like, "Don't feel good, do it." I say, "Ooh, Shamea, your slip hanging." So then Porsha came back from the table. Well, actually, before she left, she was like, "Shamea, please stop. Please stop." Because she knew Shamea was trying to put on a performance. And she was like, "Oh, I see what you're doing. I see what you're doing." And she was like, "Please stop." Yeah, Shamea want to gloat. When she made that statement, "Don't feel good, do it," I say, that's not cute. I know you think it's cute, but that ain't cute. Hey, I am redeemed. Nina say divorce will make you put dramatic toxic friends on pause. There is no energy for them in that moment. Right. And it was crazy. So Porsha got up when she came back to the table. She asked if they could get their food to go. And she was like, "Oh, we leaving? It's a shame we left. We didn't get to eat or get no resolve." Like, you didn't want no resolution. You wanted an argument. And she's not giving it to you. She's not giving it to you at all. Porsha got herself in a world of trouble, a world of aggravation and mess, fooling with Father Time. Now she lying to her baby, trying to. Thought I heard something. Hold on. Where's my pistol? Oh, okay. Got it. No problem. That's Papa. So, anyway, so she, at that point, Shamea calmed down and was actually talking. And I said, wow. So it took her to basically let you know she peeped game and was willing to pack her food and go home for you to calm down and actually talk like somebody with sense. And she was like, "I feel like you being dismissive." Hey, Papa. That you was dismissive or whatever. And I'm like, okay, now that's how you talk to people. So y'all can talk. You could tell Porsha guard was still up. So she really didn't give her nothing. And she was like, "Look, what do you need from me?" Because Shamea was still finna go through one of them long, drawn out monologues. And Porsha, goofy, passive aggressive tail went to rattling silverware on the table because that was her way of being like, "We finna cut this because I don't want to hear all that." And she was like, "Look, I'm sorry. What do you want from me? What do you want me to do? And I will do it." And that's when she was like, "I feel like you be being dismissive when you do certain things, whatever." She said, "Okay, I understand. You got it. I will do that for you." She's like, and she told her, "I don't want to break up with you." And they exchange hugs and love yous and all that. And I'm like, this ain't really going nowhere. Porsha was in the confessional and basically let it be known that she peeped that was an ambush, because that's what that was. She was supposed to be putting on for the camera. That was the whole game, put on for the camera. And Porsha peeped it because she'd been on that show for like ever at this point. So she knows when somebody trying to ambush and get a moment. And she wasn't going, and I think it threw her off because she thought, well, this is my friend, she ain't gonna do that. She should have known better, but Porsha ain't smart. Now let me tell you which part of this conversation where Porsha irritated me. Because she irritated me in this conversation too. I peeped Shamea mess, well and good. I'm not one of these goofies online that can't see what's what. I saw through Shamea's crap. I pointed it out. But now I'm going to tell you where Porsha pissed me off. Where Porsha pissed me off, number one, the minute Shamea started that, switching from one conversation to another, switching to another, just changing the channels like dials on the radio, Porsha was supposed to, in that moment, in my opinion, stop it. She's supposed to stop it. I don't know when Porsha gonna act like a grown woman. She was supposed to stop that. Hey, Shamea, you were just talking about that you would have preferred for this not to come out with these ladies, and we still haven't addressed the fact that you took it to them. The minute I mentioned that you took it to them, you changing the subject. Let's get to there. It's like Porsha don't think like a grown-up. She should have said, no, let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. When Shamea did her weird theatrical passive-aggressive mention about you talking over that music, Porsha, when were you going to say, you know what? I was wrong for that. I was wrong for that. If she did it maliciously, or even if it wasn't malicious, you should. At what point was Porsha going to be like, you know what? I shouldn't have talked over your music. I know how important it is to you. That was dead wrong of me. Or if it was something that happened and that's why she did it, she had some like underlying stuff, then that was her chance to say, you know what? I still felt a way about X, Y, and Z. So when your music played, it maybe at first I didn't know it was you, and then I just kept going with it because I ain't like it. Or I ain't like the look on your face. It was like Shamea was doing a theatrical performance, and because she knew Shamea was full of crap, she wasn't addressing nothing. And I'm with not addressing when somebody trying to set you up for bull crap. But if she mentioned something that's valid, and Porsha, you talking over her music, that was valid. You did that. Because I peeped it that night. Like, what the hell was that for? You should have said in that moment, hey, before you go any further, let me address that. What I did was wrong. I ain't had no business talking over your music like that. You know, we sisters or whatever, I'm supposed to support you. I ain't had no business doing that, especially when we're in a room full of people we don't even know. I was wrong. Porsha didn't do none of that. She just let Shamea keep going on looking like making a fool out of herself, basically, with this weird performance. And so then once they kept going and they get to all this, you know, and she breathing heavy, oh, it's just uncomfortable. And Shamea pulled that, oh, why is it uncomfortable for me to talk about my feelings? Porsha, your mouth is not broken. You don't have to argue with somebody to communicate. You could have easily said, Shamea, it is uncomfortable because you want us to have conversations that we've already had, again, in front of a camera. When we had the conversation the first time, it was real. It was real emotions. It was how I really felt. It was how you really felt. I don't know how to do a reenactment of the first conversation in front of the camera. But Porsha being Porsha, little miss, I'm not smarter than a fifth grader. It's like she peeped game, but she still didn't even know how to have the real conversation about what's really going on. Now, I will give her this. When Shamea started there talking over her, getting loud, trying to make a scene, she was right to walk away. I wasn't mad at her for calling it out like, this is scary that you think you have to do this for this show. It's scary that I'm not mad at that. I'm not mad at you walking away. Because before I let you make a scene and embarrass me in some public restaurant, I will walk away from you. You are not going to do that to me. So I get that part. But then when she came back to the table, even if she asked, said, can we get the food to go? Once the food was packed up, Shamea at that point got the memo. Hey, Porsha is not finna let me act a donkey on her in public in this restaurant. Shamea toned it down. You could have got that food wrapped up, packed up, set it on the table and say, hey, I'll eat this later. Now that you done calm down, look, instead of just saying, what do you want from me? Look, hey, me talk. Even at that point, she could have said, me talking over your music was wrong. I know that hurt you. And it definitely should not have been one of them goofy, fake apologies. Like if I did something wrong, because I hate those fake apologies. Because there is no if you did something wrong. My dear, you did something wrong, right? That was her time even then to say, I should not have done that. That was her time to also clear it up. Ask Shamea straight up, okay, have I done any other thing that upset you? Name specific, the specific thing that I've done. Me talking over your music, I did that. I own that. That was dead wrong. I don't care. I don't know what type of attitude I had or whatever her reason, lay it out. But that was her time to say, Shamea, can you give me another specific thing that I've done? Because I should not have done that. And I know it was hurtful. And you take as long as you need to take to forgive me for that, if you can. But please tell me every other thing that I've done. But I guess I'm asking too much because Porsha is not exactly the intellectual. The whole thing was irritating. Shamea was exhausting. Porsha basically let Shamea act like a fool and leaned on that as like, okay, well, I ain't gotta address none of it. Since you being full of crap with most of it, I ain't gonna address none of it. And that's what she decided to do. And it was just irksome. And with the hugs and I love you and all that. Okay. Y'all heifers ain't gonna be, y'all not gonna be all right. Number one, y'all mamas is beefing. And girls gonna always inherit their mama's beef. I won't say always, but I say 90% of the time. That's number one. And number two, y'all not gonna be all right because both of y'all fake as hell, both of y'all phony, and neither one of y'all really want to address real issues. Shamea want to make fake stuff for the camera, and Porsha just gonna dismiss everything. That's what y'all got. Black Emmys, thank you for the super sticker. I appreciate the support. Y'all been so sweet tonight. I appreciate my sisters, man. Nina say, right, apologies don't include conditional phrases. No if, then, and no but. I know that's right. But just watching the two of them was very nerve-wracking. Deborah say, for all we know, they could have discussed their music disc in the car that night. They could have brought their apology to the camera on their own terms. Yeah, they could have, but they didn't. They didn't because it wasn't discussed. It wasn't discussed. Shamea trying to snake Porsha, and Porsha is dismissing her because she know the game better than Shamea. She know that the crowd and the fans are fickle. She know they hate her today, they'll love her again in a month or two, depending on what happens. That's what she know. And she know all she got to do is wait it out. And she know if she gonna give you no motion, you're gonna have to get it somewhere else. And she know you might not know how to get it nowhere else. So you got two ladies who are comfortable sabotaging each other. And that's what we're watching quietly. William says she get it from her mame and she know how to handle. Okay, say it another way. Diana and Shamea mama ran the streets together while Porsha and Shamea worked the other streets. Why are you saying stuff like that? Because we ain't never heard about Shamea or Porsha working the streets. The only prostitute on that show is Bang Bang Sleazy. Stop it. And when have we ever heard about Porsha being in the trap? Stop that. Do you know what the trap is? Are you okay? Don't do that. Don't do that. She got a reputation, but her reputation is sack chasing, going to get that cash. We ain't never heard about her at no dope house. We ain't never heard about that. Hell, we ain't even heard about Bang Bang Sleazy at a dope house. The only person on reality TV on Bravo that we know about that was supposedly dating dope dealers is Quad. Now let's keep the gossip straight. Let's not go painting nobody with a brush that don't belong to them. Let's not do that. Yeah, Bang Bang Sleazy is the only prostitute we got on this show. You know, Potomac had theirs, and now she gone, and now RHOA got Bang Bang. Deborah say, well, hell, Shamea reached back 10 years to bring up old beef and did. Old stuff. Old stuff. Ancient history. Ancient history. I don't even know how you do it. Net say, Nitra, nobody shuts it down like you. I don't be trying to. I'm just trying to keep it real. Y'all know me. We're going to tell it like it is, or not at all. Yeah. Why y'all got to call her and Kelly Timon and Pumbaa? Y'all ain't gonna let that. Y'all never gonna let that go. Kara says Shamea is just like Cynthia. Both are trying to beat the lapdog allegations and start blaming the friend and attacking the friend and setting up the friend and sabotaging the friend and wait until the crowd turn on their friend so they can dogpile and take advantage of it. It didn't work for Cynthia. It ain't gonna work for Shamea either. I don't know why people can't just be themselves, like be authentically yourself and let people love you for who you are. Like, just, you know, if you are yourself, you will attract your tribe. I'm a firm believer in that. Just say, who was selling Cuda Cat? Mia, Bigfoot Mia, the large Hispanic gentleman. You know, she was a lady of, what Candace said, a lady of the night. I think that fool meant a lady of the evening, but you know, it is what it is, you know. And again, we joke about that because these ladies get on here and put on airs and try to act with other women. But y'all know I don't even judge the ladies of the evening because you're not stealing from nobody. You're not. You know, it's the oldest profession for a reason. Shout out to the ladies who are walking the track tonight. Keep yourselves safe. Hope you got your pepper spray and your straight razors. Be safe out there. You know, protect yourselves. But hey, man, this was just crazy. So we got apparently Bang Bang Sleazy got a event coming up next week where she gonna be wearing some god awful cheap pink polka dot situations. The ladies are wearing cheap fascinators. It looks horrible. I don't know what the hell goes on for her to say she not one of Uncle Charles' whores, and he talking about he don't sleep with whores, and I'm like, nah, Charles, I like you and everything, but people been talking. So I don't know. Maybe he feel like the ladies that hoe around with him ain't hoes. Maybe they real ladies, but they just be hoeing around. I don't know. Because according to Angela, you was hoeing around a little bit. So maybe the ladies that he hoe around with ain't hoes. Maybe he hoe around with real ladies and they just, be hoes on the side. I don't know. So I don't know what that conversation is about, but to be honest, I'm very interested. I think she was talking to Angela. This was on the coming attractions for next week. Bang Bang told her, "Oh, I'm not one of Charles' whores." I say, "Ooh," and he said, "Oh, I don't sleep with hoes. I don't know who you sleep with, but according to your wife, you done something." Now, I don't know if the lady you done it with was a hoe. Maybe she was the pastor's wife. Maybe she was, the head of the trustee board. I don't know what she was. Maybe she was just a hoe on the side. I don't know. Well, escorts, don't that fall in the whole category? I don't know. Is there anybody here from the whole community that can let us know? I always ask, and they never come forward to clear anything up for us. I asked for the whole delegation to send somebody to explain deleting your hoe after Ming Lee said that Bang Bang could just delete her hoe. I didn't know it was possible, but I asked if anybody from the whole community could come and explain. Nobody came forward. We respect everybody over here. Okay, you did see it. Yeah. But nobody would explain it. And I would like to know if, escorts are I believe they're part of the whole community, but I don't know. And I don't want to speak for them. But much respect to y'all. Much respect. Okay. It's okay. Married people don't like each other all the time. Y'all know that we talked about this earlier. Y'all don't know married people don't like each other all the time. You got to see this person day in, day out. Some days y'all not gonna like each other. It's okay. It's okay. And then y'all will go back to liking each other eventually. Yeah. That's real. Y'all need to know this. It's not about liking each other every day. It's not about that. It's about a commitment. You stay in there and eventually you'll like them again. I think that's why a lot of people go run into the courthouse, because the minute they don't like them, oh, it's over. No, just talk less for a while. You'll like them again soon. Little stick to itness. It'll be okay. So listen, ain't nobody hit the StreamYard, and I'm surprised. I am utterly shocked that y'all don't have no opinions other than what y'all typing in that chat, because y'all know I ain't finna be on Reading Rainbow all night. I'm not. Not me. Sis, I try. I be trying to tell them. Because they see stuff like that and like, oh, it's all over. No, child. Yeah, he's cranky. He's a cranky old man. It's like that. Some of these young, fine men that you young girls are dating and swooning over, they're going to be old one day too, and they're going to be cranky too. That's right. It's supposed to be a forever gig. Forever's a long time. That means young fan with a six-pack might end up with a pot belly and bad knees and a bad back and a bad attitude, 30, 40 years in. So get it in your mind that everything don't stay young and everything ain't going to be a fairy tale and everybody ain't going to be fine all the time. You're going to go through phases. It's going to be ups. It's going to be downs. Sometimes y'all going to like each other. Sometimes y'all not going to like each other. Sometimes all that's going to go on. It's normal. It's okay. Black Emmy say Charles might be irritated by his investments and the properties ain't moving. It could be that too. Married people be mad with each other about money. It happens. Say, what episode we on? I ain't seen him like her since. Oh, no, we're not going to say that because he looked out for her when her lace on her wig was scooted back like one of T.I. baseball caps. No. He was looking out for her. He said, yo, what's the name is lifting up in the front. I think she is. I want to believe she was joking saying she was 43. Angela ain't giving me 43 at all. She ain't giving me 40 nothing, to be honest with you. I say I haven't watched this episode, so I can't contribute anything to the convo. I feel you. Yeah, he did, didn't he? Didn't he do that, Shakuru? He was like, yo, what's her name? He said, go to the bathroom and fix it. And he kept his voice real low so she could go get herself together. That's what let me know, y'all, they're a team. There's a team. He just him and she, her. And right now, they, he might feel away right now. He might not like her right now. That's okay. And y'all need to know that. It's okay. Because he let all of us see on the low key that he gonna look out for her regardless. He gonna look out for her best interest. He gonna, tug her coat when she need to be tugged. Like, hey, go fix that. Ain't nothing like that. I don't believe that. Yeah, that's real. That's real. A whole lot of men will sit up there and see your what's her name lifted up, and they'll be like, dang, that don't look right, and won't say nothing. Yep, after that, she was glued to her fan, right? Because that sweat was making that what's her name lift up. Shakura say, don't they have an 11-year-old child? I think the oldest one, is that the oldest one? Because I don't know the order. I don't know the order and the ages. I forget the ages of my own children. So don't go by me. I know the oldest child was from another man, and then the other ones was from him. That's what I do know. I know the oldest one was that child daddy did. I was say I'm about to celebrate my 15-year wedding anniversary, and my husband can be mean and an a-hole sometimes. So I understand Charles. I get, yes, tell them now. So they won't be jumping out there getting married looking for fairy tales because it's not real. That's right. Say that's love to let your wife know her lace lifting. Yes, it is. Yeah, and he be cooking and frying chicken. The chicken he was frying looked good too. It was seasoned. He had done tucked the wing tip back behind the drumette part. Yeah. You say she might be 44. That's a hard 44. She's a pretty lady, but she looked more mature. Let's say that. She looked more mature than 43 or 44. She don't look that young to me. She don't look bad, but she don't look that young to me. No. Say she definitely 50-something. Yeah, because when you check her online to see who she is, they don't say she 40 nothing. Hold on, I could tell you what the people say she is. I can tell you that. Okay. You got to do her whole thing to get her info. She ain't made a name for herself yet. Hold on. Okay. We got to go through him to get to her. She was originally Angela Reed. So online, they keep saying this lady is 52. And I'm sorry, but I believe 52. I don't believe 43. I'm trying to see if anybody else saying something different. I mean, she says she 43. Maybe she right. I don't know. Okay, so her IMDb page says she 51. Now that's what her IMDb page say. 51. So maybe when they did this, when they did her IMDb, she was 51, but a more recent listing is saying she's 52. Even say, but we definitely been through this already with her age. The lady's in her 50s. Management. Oh Lord. Yeah, she got on there. Listen, y'all don't know how to dig, Antoinette. I do. That's why I do this, because I know how to dig. Go to her IMDb page. Maybe that'll help you. Because according to her IMDb page, she's 51. She was 51 on the IMDb. That's what they're saying. No, I can't speak on whether it's correct or not, but that's what they're saying. So I don't know how old that lady is, but I believe 51, 52. That I can believe. I'm just not finna believe that she's 43. I'm not finna believe that. Well, her mama looked grown. Her mama looked beautiful. Her skin was lovely. Her mom was a beautiful lady, but I'm not believing 43. Yeah, IMDb ain't hardly gonna lie for you. They're not hardly finna lie for you. I heard she was joking when she said 43 too, but you know you can't joke with these people, with the RHOA or the Bravo fans, because they'll take a joke and run with it, and they will swear it's the truth because you said it, even if you were joking, they will run with it. I heard she was joking too. She said, Lexi said she wasn't joking during the interview. I saw. I don't know. IMDb says she's 51, 52. So I'm going to go with IMDb because, my eyes don't deceive me often. People can't really fool me with telling me you one age and I'm looking at something else. Okay. She's very beautiful. Aside from what she did to her nose, she's a very beautiful lady. So listen, y'all ain't hitting the StreamYard, and I'm finna hit it and hold it. Because y'all know I ain't finna stand reading Rainbow all night. Y'all don't want to come talk to me. So look what we finna do. Okay. If y'all did not hit that like button, matter of fact, before I even do that, let me do this. I want to say a special thank you to Ms. Kaiser Sose for her support of this stream. I want to say thank you to Shakuru for her support of the stream. I want to thank Black Emmys for supporting the stream. I want to thank Awa for supporting the stream. Shout out to Miss Cree B getting her new crown. Okay, new royal family member. And I want to give a shout out to BJ Dez for grab snatching her crown back. Okay, because everything helps. I appreciate y'all being here. And it's some stuff cooking up. I'm gonna say that. It's some stuff cooking up. So we're gonna wait and see how the gossip winds up for the rest of this week. I got like several projects in front of me. That is not a white Angela Reed. I'm looking at Angela Oakley's IMDb with her picture on it. But anyway, so I got, like I said, I got about 3 real-time consuming projects ahead of me as far as the fashion part of my life. But as the gossip permits, there's a couple of things cooking up, and as it cook up, then we're going to jump in here and we're going to get the cutting up, okay? So listen, y'all know what time it is. If you did not hit the like button on the way in, I have to ask you to hit the like button on the way out, okay? Hit your notification bell. Make sure you click all so you will know every single time we go live on this good channel. Subscribe if you haven't subscribed, because you know we are happy to have you here. I gotta have somebody to gossip with. And if you want to join channel membership, the join button beneath the video, and there's a membership link in the description box. Now also in that description box, we have the link for my book, Little Girl, Big Girl. It's a survival guide for girls leaving home for the first time. Make sure every little girl you know has a copy. It is very insightful, lots of tips, lots of things to help keep all of our girls safe, okay, when we're not around. We got the link for our merchandise store so you can get your crown gear and represent for the royal family. We got the link for our Amazon storefront so we can shop together, and the link to my Amazon wish list in case y'all want to bless the girl with some notebooks and pens, because y'all know I run through notebooks keeping up with these shows and this gossip and this mess for y'all, okay? All support helps, and I appreciate everything that y'all do. So look, now that we getting up out of here, y'all know what I always tell you, and it's not going to change. Be positive, be productive, encourage other people, encourage somebody. And make sure you also encourage yourself, okay? And remember, in case no one else says it to you, God loves you, I love you, and it ain't nothing you can do about it. I'll talk to y'all, okay? Bye.